And away we go. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to another episode of Watch World. I hope all is well. The Reese Jukiewicz. Greetings. That's definitely a new name, new character. Definitely appreciate you being here. Be Charming, Prepper 101, Anthony Crouch. You know, I didn't know I was coming on either, Just decided to do the thing and press the button. Weekends are usually my best time, so why not? Pat Evans, good to see you as always. I hope all is well. Teresa, okay. Welcome in, Teresa. It's another beautiful day here today here on Georgia. I don't know what the weather got up to. It was a little bit cooler than the last couple of days, so it was much appreciated. Got another little shower earlier today, nothing major, but other than that, it was a good day. Didn't do a whole lot. Didn't plan to do a whole lot, so mission accomplished, mission successful. Went Nothing too spectacular. Went and got a few groceries, got me something to eat, watched a little baseball. That was about it. The Georgia Bulldogs baseball team, they won again today. They beat Liberty University. I think they beat them 6-2 or 6-1. So the Georgia Bulldogs baseball team, they won their regional game. Now they move on to the super regionals, which will be next weekend. And they make it through that weekend and they're headed to Omaha. They're headed to the College World Series. Be interesting to see. I'm definitely biased. I definitely think they could win it all. So we'll see. See what happens. I know for whatever it's worth, the team they had ranked number one. I think UCLA was ranked number one overall. They went down today. So, anything can happen. Hadn't dropped it yet. Haven't really thought of an unsafe safe word yet. It's tough. It's tough coming up with an unsafe safe word on Sunday. Let's see. Oh, I bet it was a total. Yeah, it was a big difference. I think we might have got up to maybe 75, 76. There we go. Let it be so. And at any point in tonight's broadcast, you feel any form of discomfort, displeasure, cold sweats, meat sweats, any form of overwhelming or underwhelming sensation that you just can't quite describe, tonight's safe word is kiwi. Don't you just love a good kiwi? I like it. I like a good kiwi. It's pretty safe for the most part, unless you get it confused with a kumquat, and it could be a little tricky. But yeah. Yeah, I know that'll have everybody confused. Everybody will be craving a fruit salad in about 15 minutes. Mm. Yeah, I know. I seen something like that earlier in the year. It's like right before the Masters got here, like those couple weeks, or that last week in March leading up to the Masters tournament here in the beginning of April. The skies was looking real funky. Um, don't know what the goal or what the plan was, but once they did that, it was dry. It was dry for almost like 2 months here. I mean, there might have been the occasional mist in or pop up shower, but Sherry, good evening. I hope all is well. Good to see you. Yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, mostly clear skies tonight. Was able to get a few different angles of the moon tonight. I think it's even brighter tonight than it was last night. Seemed like it was a lot smaller. Maybe it was just my angle where I'm at. It has that way of doing that. I could be less than 15 minutes across town and I could see it, and it could look as big as it could possibly be. And as soon as I get home, it's like it's done shrunk down 10 sizes. Metal Spawn, good evening. Happy Sunday. Good to see you. I hope all is well. You know, it's the Sunday conversations here at Watts World. The show about everything and nothing, all at the same time. Let's see here. Well, it's Sunday and it's later than normal, so I'll go ahead and put. It could, yeah. It definitely has all the signs to be very messy. You know, who knows? Maybe one of those things you need, like one of those lobster bibs. You need like a lobster bib. You need like some like those type of gloves you wash dishes with that go up to your elbow. Probably one of those. Some of those. Uh, maybe some eye protection. You know, I think that should pretty much keep you safe and secure. I don't think you would need any form of hearing protection. That would just be up to you. But yeah, maybe an eye guard, a face guard, gloves, a bib should be good. Should be good. See what I'm saying? 420 Wild Dragon 420. Good to see you. Flame on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to order a couple cases of those, the old school Red Lobster bibs. Let's keep a couple of those on standby. Shoot, yeah. Yeah, I was looking through the history factoids today, and I ran across one. I thought it was kind of interesting. It was, how do you say her name? Melvina Dean. It was today in 2009. The last Titanic survivor passed away at the age of 97. Uh, at the time of the accident or the alleged wrecking, allegedly she was 9 weeks old. Uh, I think it was her father, her mother, and her brother. Allegedly, her brother, and her mother survived. Her father ultimately didn't survive. Um, but yeah, that was interesting. The last, the last alleged remaining survivor passed away in 2009, almost 100 years after it happened. There you go. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Strawberries, anything that you're not growing your own, and even then, some things of my own. I'll give them a good wash down. There's things that I just pick and eat straight out the garden, so it is what it is on that. But yeah, definitely anything that you're not growing yourself, definitely give it a good scrub down. There we go. I like that. Video of the day, joke of the day. I like it. I went on Facebook due to being bored, although I was suspended and wondering if I was a bot and had to give a picture and show I was a real image. And only an hour, Facebook sent me a message. I am real. Nice. Congratulations. That is amazing news. It's always nice when the social media platforms finally acknowledge you as a real human, you know? It only took 500,000 likes, 3,000 shares, 565 photo upgrades and updates later. Who knows? Mama said foosball was of the devil, but I still played the foosball. Still played the foosball as a young man. Hmm. Mama said you just ornery because you got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Good one, Colonel Sanders. Not the face scan. I don't know. It's too much. You know, you have to do too much to receive so little. You have to do too much just to do the basics. You know, even if you're not a poster, you got to, even if you don't post stuff or make any comments on the fake book, you got to do too much just to browse it. You know, it's like having to pay extra to have a VIP at the library. Like, why the heck am I paying for VIP access as a library where everybody's doing it? Ultimately, it's for your safety, of course. You can't be liking too many posts. Can't be. I don't know. No, they don't have a thumbs down on Facebook. I think they give you the emojis. I think they give you the emojis now. You can either give it a thumbs up or it can make you cry, or it can make you angry, or it can make you laugh, or I don't know what the other emoji is. I think it might be a heart. Yeah, you can heart it, you know. And it's funny. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's funny scrolling through Facebook sometimes and just the different things, and it'll just be smiley face emoji, laugh face emoji, heart emoji, anger. It's like all the emojis, you know. It's like, what's going on with these posts? And all it was a post about a postal worker retiring. You know, like how could somebody get mad and all this about the postman retiring? Dang, I don't know. The fake book algorithms, they're a whole nother beast in itself. You don't never know what it's going to throw at you. You know, it's about like YouTube sometimes. Nice, keep it updated, keep it current. You know what I mean? Can't have you slacking. Just got to know if you had any new face piercings, any new face tattoos. If you chopped off your mullet, if you're growing the mohawk out, you know it's got to know these type of things. But I think ultimately, really, you could do like a for them, it could be like an update thing. But I think as far as now goes, I think it could be just like a pretty much a one and done. Like just get a scan of your face, and it could just always have some form of recognition. Especially if it went down to like a skeletal scan, you know, unless you do some heavy duty uh, facial surgeries, you know, somebody may get a Botox or I don't know, a skin tuck or whatever they do on their face. Those things may change on the outside, but your skeleton, not so much. I think it could nowadays it could almost be like a one and done almost, especially with all the different filters and everything they have on all the different apps, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube even got the filters now where to take pictures and stuff. I mean, it can sense when your face is on there. It can make you look like a pirate, a skeleton. You can have a beard. You can do whatever. So, in my mind, all of that's built in and incorporated as it's um, restructuring and alchemizing things. It's also deconstructing. You know, it could tell that it could notice me even though I have a beard. It could notice me without a beard. You know, it's already done algorithm that factor in there. Yeah, or you could be like a beetle. You can have like an exoskeleton. Then your bones would hide your wrinkles. Wouldn't that be weird? It's a good thing we missed that point in the curve, you know? I wouldn't want my bones to hide my wrinkles. Yeah, this man is an ID and it's infinite. It could do stuff like get wrinkles, so yeah, let's use those. Yeah. Yeah. And people's fed into it and we've helped feed it. Like it was I don't know. It was sometime I seen people they was doing at one time it was like a filter challenge where it would show you like the baby you, and then it would show you like I don't know, older version of you. And some of that stuff was pretty weird, you know. I ain't gonna lie, I did one of them one time, and it showed like the older me, and it was weird because you could still tell it was me, but it almost looked like my granddad in a way. I'm like, man, that's weird. How could it even sense something like that? I guess just the database of information that any one of these social media things collect and send to each other, you know. Or even like I don't think it's a new thing, but I don't know. My buddy was telling me about it. He recently got into a some type of vehicle accident. Wasn't his fault, but he was kind of you know getting a lawyer and everything like that. But now they've got it all synced in with your license and data and all your information. Now, as soon as you get in a wreck, as soon as it's been reported, shoot, that information is sent out to all type of those like predatory lawyers and lawyers like that trying to get you to, you know. He said, man, it wasn't too long. He said he didn't even call nobody. He just filed the police report, filed everything with his, uh, notified his insurance, and then with like 2 days, it was just like all these spam lawyers was calling him. He said it was crazy. And I said, well, I know they transfer and do data and stuff like that. I hadn't had to seek that type of legal counsel in a while, but definitely, if you got people calling you up saying they can represent you, it might be kind of suspect. So that's like calling about your car's extended warranty policy. Like, how did you even know I had a problem? If I got a problem, I'll call you. It's not the other way around. Definitely don't call me. I will not call you, but don't call me first. Just in case your phone never rings, still don't ring mine. Yeah, there you go. I said, nope, nope, no. We feel like this eye color is a little bit more fitting. It's more appropriate for your driver apparatus decal. You know. Oh, things change. Things change, but there's some things about people that don't change. Men. I think men in general, we have our way of aging through certain things. Uh, Different men, different cultures age differently. Women the same. But I think, like, for the most part, there's certain things on people that don't change. I don't think people's eyes naturally change for the most part. I think even somebody can fact check me, but I think your eyes are even like the size your eyes are now are like pretty much the size they were when you were born. I could be wrong, but I think I read that somewhere. Um, and like even people that I haven't seen in years and stuff, I'll look at them and like man, they might have lost some weight or gained some weight, but I can look at them in their eyes and be like, yep, that's that person. Yeah, that is true. For the good, for the worse, for the better, for the greater, or for the indifferent. Definitely. They got you, Bunny. They got our faces. My camera's on right now. You're seeing my face live and in direct. Most people think it's an avatar. No, no, no. This is the Watt Life. Oh, no doubt. That's why I wear my sunglasses even at night, still to this day. Yeah, no doubt. I know some people's eye colors, the colors of their eyes can change. I knew this girl or this woman one time, and I don't know if it was, I guess ultimately it could have been like a mood thing, hormones, different things triggering. But yeah, her eyes could change at different times. Um, Kind of interesting. I don't know. They probably got a name for that, a medical term, but it could go from like, it wasn't really too far off the spectrum, from like a bluish kind of color to almost like a green kind of color to almost somewhere in between. But yeah, the center or the gateways to the soul. I definitely could see that, because I mean it's what we see with first, unless you're blind or anything like that. That's just one of our this main senses. Before we can hear it, before we can smell it, before we can taste it or feel it, whatever it may be, usually we see it first. Um, and seeing into someone, just like when you talk to somebody, if somebody's fidgeting all around and they ain't really looking at you, they're looking over here, looking over there. Certain little things like that are little cues. Maybe not necessarily red flags, but see, it is a thing. It is a thing. There you go. They say if you can taste color, that's next level. You know, that's some next level type stuff. There you go. Craig's in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. Fortunately, unfortunately, smell does come without attention, you know. Whether you inquired about it or not, yeah, if you're in the vicinity, yeah. Good, better, or indifferent, yeah. Smell comes without attention. Oh man. Yeah. Gotta love it. I mean, just imagine what type of world it would be if you couldn't smell or taste, you know? Oh man. I guess some people have. Some people said they experienced that during the 2020 escapades. Some people reported the loss of smell and taste. Um, I personally, to be honest, I wasn't never affected by any of that type of stuff, you know. Um, Coming and going, different things like that. Uh, Even during that time, I was dating this girl that was she worked in like the medical field, not in like a hospital or anything like that, but she worked at a not really a nursing home, but it's like a almost like a retirement home in a way. Like it's a pretty big facility. Like they have one big building, and there's different like levels. You know, there's people that stay there that they have their own car, they can come and go when they want to, and then there's people that stay inside and uh, they'll leave out. You know, if family come picks them up, or they have like a group out, and but they have like in care facilities. They got a full kitchen, everything like that. So it's not really like a nursing home. It's more like a I don't know, retirement home, retirement community. She was working there during that whole thing, and it definitely wasn't as bad as a lot of those other places was projected to be. You know, like the separation, the isolation, whatever it might have been. Um, Now, of course, I can't speak in 100%. You know, I wasn't there, but I know the facility. They've always been top notch. They've never had any problems. Um, I think the only I think about as strict as it got, they didn't really make you mask up or anything for the most part. Whenever you came in, they scan you. All they really did was just had this little thermometer gun, and they'd pop your forehead and see if you had a temperature or not. I'm thinking, okay, you know, yeah, that thing might tell you I got a temperature, but it could also be wrong. You know, any of them type of devices is wrong, or could have the error to be. Who we got in here? Craig said you got beautiful eyes, Jerry. He said you got eyes that were made for a Hallmark movie. You don't want to have eyes for a Lifetime movie. You know what I mean? Some of them can get pretty dark, pretty dark. I lost my smell and taste and didn't line up like others either, but were around enough people and it lined up though. Could be, could be. I wonder if some of those things are just like things that happen, or it's just the visuals and the optics are so intense. You know, it could make someone think they was having that. You know, not discrediting anybody that was or affected, still may be affected or had some type of effects of it. You know, but there is in my mind there is that percentage, there is that X factor. You know, the mental placebo, the psychological placebo. You know, we speak of like medications being placebos and different things like that. I believe there's psychological placebos and mental placebos that they can put on people. Navy vet, good to see you, sir. Hope all is well. Oh yeah, shoot. They be like, I'm sorry, sir, but you are on fire. You are like 17 degrees away from spontaneous combustion. Yeah. Or you're sitting out there in the little security hut and you got the thermometer just sitting there in the window just baking. So it's already fried itself, you know? Who are these people? Lady Smith, good to see you as always. Hope all is well. Yeah, some of these schmucks and some of the things they come up with. Hmm. Today, to D, to be or not to be? That is the question. I had one COVID symptom when I went back in around 6 hours one day. Every time I put my glasses on, I couldn't see, but couldn't see perfect without them. There you go. You start questioning yourself, like, oh man, I think my vision's gone. I don't know what's happening. And you just realize you didn't even have on your glasses, you know? Like, whew, dodged that one. That was a close one. I know. And then it's just some of the symptoms on some of these things they throw out there is so generic that, it could be, they could say sore throat, headache, thirstiness, uh, pain in your big toe if you stub it. If you've ever suffered from pain in your big toe at any point of a stubbage in your life, you could be at 10% more at risk from getting this now. I'm like, damn. Just because I've stubbed my toe at some point in my life, now I'm more at risk for this. Oh man, it's just insane. Who else we got in here? Buckeye Bob. Where's he at? I think that might have been one of the words I had to block. No, I'm just kidding. Buckeye Bob, good evening. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Imagine thinking it's a good idea to take a treatment because of the yeah, a free donut. Dude, they didn't even give you the dude. They didn't even have the. They didn't even have. I can't even think of the word right now. But they didn't even give people the whole dozen. Just one donut. And it wasn't like you could just go around on your birthday, when it's your birthday and you got all those little apps and stuff on your phone. You could just go around and like collect the whole meal. You can get like a whole family feast, even if you don't have a family. You just go over here, get a coffee, go over here, get a waffle, go over here, get a burger. But yeah, you couldn't even cash in. It was just one. You had to choose what you wanted. You had to choose the free burger, the free donut, the free fry, the free slice of pizza. You couldn't get all of them. You couldn't even make a meal. Man, it's crazy. I know. I ain't heard much about the any tick incidents here locally. I mean, they had the generic warnings that I'm pretty sure everybody's news had when they started having these reports. Be on the look for ticks. Ticks seem to be overwhelmingly high in their populations in America this year. But as far as like any outstanding or whatever reports, I don't know. There you go. That could help fix the problem. I could see that fixing some problems. Oh, we got a little too hot, too heavy. Let's see what we got in the back. Oh man, there's just I don't know what's going on back here. Well, there was three people in the backstage, and somehow they battled it out. They battled it out through the elimination chambers, and there's one left. Man, congratulations for battling it out back there, man. That was a tough one. I was rooting for you the whole way, Bunny.
I won.
You won, yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well, Just the full moon lunacy, just riding off the full moon waves.
Yep. It's pretty.
It's funny you say that because we have heard about the increased tick populations in and around the Massachusetts area. If you know, you know.
I haven't seen any ticks yet, knock on wood. But the
Chap-
red wasps are going crazy. They're everywhere.
Chapman ice cream. I don't think I've had it, but I heard it. There's a channel I watch, and they do different, make different things with ice cream, different floats, different milkshakes. and that's usually the ice cream that they use in the video. And now that I think about it, I think the guy is from Canada. I think he lives in Canada. Um, and I never seen the ice cream here, so I figured it was probably a Canadian thing.
I'll mute that. Sorry.
Yes, yeah, the blue moon is tonight.
Is it the blue moon?
You too, Craig. You have a blessed Sunday, blessed Monday, and a productive and prosperous week ahead. It's going to be adventurous. It's going to be full of excitement, but we will come through on the other side.
Night, Craig.
I don't know what the mosquitoes are back. They finally made it back. It was a late season for them, but we're here on the last day of May and they're back. I don't know what happened to them. They're like three sides. Every year it seems like they're getting bigger. Like last year they was bigger than the year before. This year they're bigger. I don't know, Bonnie. I don't know how much bigger we can take. By the year 2030, who knows? People just gonna have support mosquitoes. You know what I mean? They're gonna have little baby lassos around the mosquitoes because they're gonna be so big, and you can have your own very own support mosquito. Just imagine that.
Somebody must be feeding them something really good.
No, I'm trying to keep them from feeding on me. You know, I'm trying to get more plants, more foliage, more stuff like that to keep them away.
Yeah.
Get more lemongrass.
I was fixing to say lemongrass. I got some and I couldn't remember what it was. Didn't have a tag on it or anything. And so I did a plant check, see what it was, and it's lemongrass. And it says will keep mosquitoes and ticks away.
And you know, do you have lemongrass growing now?
I only have one bundle, but I'm gonna get a bunch more. It keeps
That's what I was going to tell you. If you've already got some is it like in a pot or something?
Yes.
Well, what you could do is you could take them out. There's a couple of different ways you can do it, but if you got a bunch like that, you could separate them. If you ever did like gardening and you might have had like a couple seeds going together and you separate it, or maybe like a bunch of onions or something like that, you can
Yes.
on lemongrass you can actually separate those things out, and they'll each one of those little shoots can actually sprout out and become its own bunch. So you could get them out the pot, trim the roots down just a little bit, and go in there and separate each one out to however many you want. You know, and each one of them will eventually spread out to its own bunch.
Oh, cool.
Versus going to the store and buying another one. You know, now I'm not telling nobody don't do that, but if you've got lemongrass and stuff like that that's already thriving, you could break that off, and ultimately it could be another one.
I will. Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, certain things, and of course not everything. You know, some things are, they come in seasons. Some stuff is, you can plant and it'll come back every year, and some stuff you can kind of grow it and tend to it, take care of it, and it'll just keep producing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can consume it. You know, I'm not a doctor or a herb or vitaminologist by any means, but I mean, you can look it up. Lemongrass. Usually, you can peel off that outer husk, almost kind of like you would like an onion, and like that inside white flesh and stuff. Or even at different levels, it can be consumed in like different teas. Um, I know the lemongrass, the essence of the oil can be used in things, used in cooking,
Yeah.
stir fries, stuff like that.
It even said that you can eat it. It's got a lemony flavor. And they said a lot of people put it around their patios or decks because of the aroma.
Oh yeah. Yeah, lemon balm, that's another good one. Definitely want to make sure you have that in a container. Because anything like that, in like the mint family, it's going to completely take over. You know, if you put it in a raised bed, it's going to take over that, or you kind of want to keep it more container wise. If you want to control it, you know.
I'm all for those grasses just growing like crazy. The pampas grass, I have seeds for that. I'm waiting to see if it's actually growing. I can't tell if it's that or if it's just wild grass till it gets a little bigger. But I threw some sunflower seeds out and pampas grass seeds, and they're so tiny. They're like smaller than a flea. Like, so I just poured some in my hand and threw them.
There you go.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good
we
idea, Eddie Smith. Okay, well, I don't want a snake sanctuary.
gotta have it. They gotta have a safe place, you know.
Maybe I'll put that out away from the deck. But it's so pretty. I'm
Yeah.
trying to grow things that are more natural, native to the land, like, and that's why I got the lemongrass, because it's just grassy looking.
Yeah. Figure out where everything will go, where everything will do its best, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And in some areas, you know, it's and then like a lot of things, it's just kind of what works best for you, you know. Because a lot of I mean, see every seed packet tells you spacing and all that type of stuff, but you know, I've seen people just totally disregard some of those things and just kind of just do I forget what the term is, but you know, it may look a little chaotic, but it's controlled chaos, especially with like flowers and stuff, you know. Just have as many big patches of flowers and as much natural grasses and stuff as you can.
Yes. We're
There's a
having,
channel. Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. Well, we're having a real hard time with marigolds. They just won't stay alive. They, I have two that have a little bit of green left on them, and I keep trying everything to keep them alive, but I had a whole tray of them. There's only two left, but that you can see it dying around it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Could be heat, could be a bad batch, it could just be a combination of things. Usually marigolds are pretty tough. Um, you know, overall they're usually pretty tough. Good, they're extremely beneficial, like companion planting, keeping certain pests, certain things away. Um, so I don't know. Heat, I don't know, have different factors, you know. I don't think it's gotten too hot there yet, but I don't know. If nothing else, I say just get you some seeds, you know, start you some, see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, definitely companion plant and fill up as much space as you can. You know, if you got even with like my container garden and my buckets and stuff, you know, I have like one central thing, like a tomato plant or cucumbers or whatever it may be, but I'll have like a couple other little things in that bucket, you know, a couple little marigolds, a couple little onions or whatever it may be, just the
Yeah.
companion planting and the pest deterrent, if nothing else, you know.
Well, I did see a video. Um, these farmers, this one
Nice.
man,
I love a
had,
summer lily.
he had a good crop every year, and nobody could figure out why. Well, he wouldn't go in and get all these fertilizers and stuff. All he bought was a
Cola.
pack of wildflower seeds, and he would put those along the fence line where the crop was, and he didn't have any problem with the bugs, the insects that would destroy the crops. I was like, I have a whole ton of wildflower seeds because we have a farm that
See,
sells
that may
them.
be the thing. Maybe you need to start traveling like Tribe. You know, you need to travel with your therapy companion plant.
Hmm.
You know, as you're searching for these plants and planting these plants.
Yeah.
But yeah, or even like the whatever you plant, you know, even flower wise, you know, once they get to a certain point, save the like B said, where she had to comment earlier about the seeds, you know, save them, you know, once
Yes.
they've done their cycle and everything, save the seeds till next year. Um, definitely.
Well, a lot of them will just do that naturally.
Oh yeah, some
And
things will. The seeds. I've had that a lot. Flowers, vegetables, and stuff. Yeah, if I've had a bunch of them in that area, it was a good chance some of them's gonna come up next year. And I'll just dig them up and replant them. You know.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's why we
comfrey
have,
is a good plant.
that's why we have so many bluebonnets. They'll seed themselves. The Indian paintbrush, the um, oh, what are they called? Lazy Susan, something. Or it
I,
seems like
I dated a lazy Susan one time.
maybe it's it, it's something with an I. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called, but I have all those seeds.
Or like there's a particular plant. I forget what you call it. It almost kind of looks like a
Thank you, ladies.
uh I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. I want to say it almost looks like a giant aloe plant in a way, but not so much. But anyway, allegedly, it lives its life. Then eventually, at some point, it starts shooting up this long shoot. Um, and then I think allegedly once that shoot blooms and it does its thing, then that's it. It's uh, it's lived its life. I think the plant's done at that point. I think
Oh,
it
wow.
dies off. And I can't think of the name of it. Somebody in chat will know.
It sounds like a yucca, but mine would keep coming back every year. Every year,
Okay, I
the
could be
legs
wrong then.
come back
But
out.
I don't know. These things have been around here for a while, but it's like all of a sudden I just started noticing them. I don't know. It's like all
Huh.
of them went in a cycle or went in a sequence at one time.
Yeah, and that's a Texas native one. Well, they're growing wild out here, so I guess it is.
Yeah, these things are like, shoot, I don't know. They're pretty tall. Maybe like 15 feet, 20 feet, maybe. Maybe
Oh
not
wow!
20 feet, but it's at least maybe 15 feet. They're up there a good little ways.
Oh yeah, ours don't get that big.
Maybe I was off. Maybe I'm misjudging it. It just seemed like it was two of me tall. That's how I judged it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
That's why
no,
I judge things that are bigger than me. I was like, yep, that's like about four of me. You know what I mean?
ours don't get as tall as you either.
Maybe I misjudged it. You know, maybe it was on a hill or something. You know, my equilibrium was off.
Well, there's different kinds of yucca also, different varieties. They're not
I got to get
always.
a picture of it to confirm. I got to see what the yucca looks like. But yeah, stuff like that, it grows well. If nothing else, just the heat aspect keeps it good. And then certain things that need like a lot of humidity and stuff, those do well. It's like a combination. We do have a wide growing season. You know, I think it's what like
Yeah.
it's over 200 and something days. They classify the growing season here where I'm at. I think it's what zone 8B. Century plant. I don't know. Could be. Interesting name. SGTRP-CP9QP. I like it. Now I know why I couldn't choose that name as my handle. That was going to be me. Imagine having to say that as Watts World, and there wouldn't have been the Century plant. Who knows? I got a bunch on the property. I need to figure out what I need to do with it or when I need to do something with it.
Yeah.
The whole process, you know.
Hey, Limbs.
Limbs. Man, I got to go check it out. Limbs was out there this morning with the homemade nunchucks. Huh? This
And
dude was out
Richard.
there nunchucking. Yeah. Doing this. Yeah. Like vintage Chuck Norris out there. You didn't know. Yeah, he did his early morning nunchuck run. Did the tree climb. Shoot. Couldn't stop him. All on a Sunday. Huh? Sunday fun day.
Yep.
I did a whole lot of nothing.
But that is I'm glad he said his name is Richard.
Where we at here? There you go. I could see, yeah. Some people do use SGTRP for Richard, yeah. It's a lot shorter. Richard is the only thing that's shorter for that. You know.
I think the SGT is Sergeant RP, and then the rest of it, I'm not gonna say. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I start getting all robotic and analytical. I start thinking it's like a highly integrated CP3PO. You know, my mind gets too deep into it.
Right.
You know. Just don't ask me to call you Dick, Richard. You know. I don't know how they got that out of Richard. But the world may never know.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. No doubt. Nah, I don't think you can get sued, you know. I think if my last name was Bobby, I think that I would be obligated to name my son Ricky, you know, just to keep that going. What do you think, Bonnie? If your last name was Bobby, would you want to name your son Ricky?
Well, they're kind of the same, aren't they? No, that's Robert. I don't know. No, not two first names. That's kind of like Daryl Bubba or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's something I've viewed in my limited life. I'm not saying I can't trust somebody with two first names, but in my encounters and my endeavors, it was always kind of suspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like even women's the same way. You know, have you ever met a Barbara Ann? Oh
Yes.
man, see, you know what I mean? Barbara Ann. You know, you probably ain't never met but one. You know, once you hear that name, certain names, once you meet that person, that's the last lineage of that name ever. You probably won't never meet another one. You know?
I don't know. One of my friends, her middle name is Joe, Petticoat Junction. And so she named her daughters whatever Joe. Joe is their middle names too.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you making it to Watts World, you know? I appreciate you being here. Turning from Vietnam. You've definitely seen a lot, no doubt.
Amen.
The best tree climber in the state of South Carolina, you know? Nobody's corrected the record yet, Bunny. Still holds true. 51 episodes in and it still holds true. It's amazing stuff. Where else can you get 551,000% confirmation?
Yeah, my stepdad was Sergeant Major and he was in Vietnam. Wouldn't that be something if they knew each other?
The world's smaller than we think, Bunny. You know, we see it on a
I
very
know.
big scale, but as far as ultimately connection, communications, and stuff like that, even in America, I mean, it's you know, yeah, no
Yeah.
sex in the champagne room, not on Sunday. We just had the cleaning crew come in, you know, try to keep it kind of top flight, trying
Yes.
to keep it clean and classy going into Monday.
Yeah. Um, my stepsister took his uniform because once he passes, um, but she left his hat. So I'm trying to figure out how to get his hat to him because she won't let us have him see him or anything. But
Yeah,
I think it's an important part. I'm pretty sure that they put it on top of the casket.
yeah, like a honorary gesture or symbolic. I'm pretty sure there's like a symbolic term they use for it.
Yes.
I mean, if nothing else, just I don't know, a peaceful gesture, a peaceful sign off. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it where they have their gloves and hat
Uh,
laying on the casket.
I have family members that's been in the military, but me myself, I've never been in the military or affiliated with that. As far as I ever went with the military was well, what's the test? What's the test they give you? The ASFAB.
Oh,
What is that test they give you? Um, like the entry. I think it's like an entry level, just like test they give you. I guess a cognitive
yes.
test or whatever it is. I took that in high school, and I was like, well, heck, I'm gonna get out of class for a little bit. Go take a free test. Heck yeah. But
And then
I
the recruiters were beating the door down.
oh shoot, yeah, I aced it. I'm like, dang, what kind of test is this? What is this? Some questions I could see some type of reference, but overall, I'm like, okay, this is basically just a kind of a test to see where your mind's at and what you think about or know about certain things. And then I was
Yeah.
wondering, I wonder if everybody in here obviously couldn't have had the same test, or maybe it was the same test, just the questions were in a different order. Just because they told us to sit spaced out, we couldn't sit. We had to have like three seats between us in the auditorium and everything. But
Yeah.
obviously, you could have the same test, but maybe it's in a different sequence of questions. I don't know. But yeah, after that, yeah, they was sending me all type of stuff and stuff like that. But they were always at the school. Not every lunch period, but some lunch periods they would come. Like different branches would set up with different recruiters because our school had a what was it, JROTC?
Yes.
I think that's what they called it, JROTC, and they were like the Air Force affiliate. The one at our school was an Air Force affiliate. I don't know how they get it or how they determine what school gets what, but in my area, different schools had different things. All of them was like one of them might have been an Army, a Navy, Air Force. I don't know how
Yeah.
many different ones there are, but our school had that. But yeah, after I took that test, pretty much aced that sucker. Dude was like, "Yeah, man, you could just do this, you could do that, man, whatever you want to do." I'm like, "All right, well, I'll think about it." It sounded cool, but ultimately, no, no puns intended. Ultimately, I didn't pull that trigger. Whatever it might have been.
Yeah. Yeah. My brother took ROTC, and then seems like if you go to college with whichever branch you choose, um, they pay for the college, but it seems like you continue the ROTC in college also because when he graduated college, he was an officer for whatever he had been through.
Yeah. And it also does something. I know some people that I went to school with that took that program. Some of them went into the military, and it gave them like some type of like credits or like increased their rank. I don't know all the different ranks and everything. Like when you
Yeah.
come in, like instead of just being like super basic, they had like somewhat of a higher rank and their credits and everything that they went through, knowing the drills and the functionality and the structure of everything. In my mind, I think they would give you a higher credit or higher ranking just based on that. You've got 4 more years versus the average Joe's is just coming off of the street and maybe didn't do that. It gives you
Yeah.
some form of leg up, some type of structure and understanding of what's going on here, besides the physical and mental aspect of it.
Actually, even my Girl Scouts, um, if they went for the silver or the bronze award, um, I can't remember which is the highest, maybe the bronze. So if they decided to join the military, it would give them a benefit of ranking up.
Yeah, because my buddy did that. He did the JROTC program in high school all the years, and I don't know. When you're in high school, some people know that they're going off to college. Some people don't really know what they're doing. Some people, you just kind of linger on it for a month. But I think he took like a month off after we graduated, and he was like going into the Air Force. So he went into the Air Force, and they gave him, yeah, it bumped him up. I don't know exactly how it bumped him up, but he's still in it. He's like top flight now. I don't know I forget what his specific position and title is, but yeah, he's top flight now for sure. He's done been in it. Well, I'm about to be my 20th uh, class reunion will be next year, so he's got 20 years in it.
That's great.
Oh yeah, little Ant Man. We used to call him Ant Man because his name was Anthony. Well, his name still is Anthony, but we called him Ant Man because he was always tiny. But he was the smallest one in the group, but he was always with the group. If the group
Yeah.
was in it, he was in it. If he was in it, the group was there for him.
And
Now he's top flight, and now he's top flight protection of the world. That's cool.
that's what's cool about it too is when you um I don't know, I can't remember how many years it is for retirement, if it's 20 or 20 something. And then you can retire and then go get, because you're still young enough, go get another job and retire from it. That's one of my friends. He retired from the military and then he went to the postal service, retired from there, and then went back to the military. And
We've had a
so
few stories left in the old memory bank. Yeah, I don't know. I need to reach out to him and see. But yeah, it's going on 20. And he went in, like I said, we graduated in 2007. And by the fall in 2007, he was already in uh, whatever Air Force base is outside of Los Angeles, California. They shipped him out there. He said, "Man, you ain't going to believe where I'm at." And I said, "Where are you at?" He said, "Man, I'm right outside of Hollywood." And he told me the all base and stuff. I don't forgot now, but that's been 20 years ago. And I said, "Oh man." So he went through his whole process, training, basic training, and he got to the point, I guess, where you could go out and they let you off a base, whatever point that is. He made it to the point where he could go off base, and he went down
yeah,
there and saw Hollywood and all that type of stuff. And oh man, he had a blast. Just a country boy from Georgia, and well, a lot of people that do it, you get to travel and see the world. But yeah, you realize how big and how small the world really is.
true. And different. I mean, I'm sure the different cultures,
I
different
said, dang,
ways people live.
dang, bro, you done went Hollywood. He went Hollywood on us, Bonnie. Who? Huh? What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. That might be a little bit before y'all's time.
Say it again. No, not. I mean, maybe before, but
Could be. I don't know. I know it was. It wasn't far. He was like right outside of Los Angeles or Hollywood somewhere, and that was 20 years ago. And he said, "Man, I just gotta go
Yeah,
see what all the hype is about." So he went around all the little historic things, did the tour, went up there to the Hollywood sign.
yeah.
Well, I don't think he got right up on it, as close as they get when they do the little tours or whatever they do.
That's where my brother started, San Diego. He
Could
was
be.
Navy. I
I don't know how far that is from there.
don't either.
I know they're both on the coast or near the coast, so but still, California's a long state. It ain't real wide, but it's long.
Yes.
It's like Rhode Island. Nobody really knows what's going up there. Is it a state? Is it an island? We don't know. We just call it Rhode Island. Is anybody even here from Rhode Island? I don't even know if I've met anybody from Rhode Island.
I think
Somebody,
one time, a long time ago,
see what I'm saying?
somebody put RI
Nah,
for
they were saying hi. They just miscued it. The R is kind of close to the H sometimes. See, it's tough. Who's from Rhode Island? So if anybody's tuning in from Rhode Island, I appreciate you. Please speak up now, or it's maybe the last Rhode Island reference we get. Oh no, I like them.
just south of Massachusetts.
Okay, you may have to fill in for our Rhode Island correspondent. Close enough. Okay, it is a thing. Rhode Island is a thing. She used to camp up there.
Mhm.
The Rhode Island Ramblers. I need to start a minor league baseball team up there. Dang, bro. Anthony's been everywhere, and Anthony ain't even been there. You know what I mean?
Let me see.
There we go. We got proper coverage of Rhode Island right for now, Bonnie. Till we upgrade the systems and expand the future power grids.
Cool.
Oh no.
But he's way up there.
Oh, it's up there, Bonnie. Go any further, you're up there in Maine, to Boston, the whole New England region. You know, the New Englandites, the New Englandians. Uh, that's
Rhode
close
Island.
enough. That's even better. That's the warmer version.
Their current population is estimated to be approximately 1.11 million,
Oh
as
yeah,
the
that's not a lot statewide.
smallest U.S. state by area.
It is really.
It is the 44th most populous state, but ranks as the second most densely populated in the country.
Dang, who's lower than Rhode Island? We got to know the rest of them now, buddy. Who's lower in population than Rhode Island?
Let me see.
West Virginia is probably up there. Maybe Vermont, uh, Delaware, maybe.
Lower in population. So,
You said they ranked 44th in something, so that'd have to be 6 more states that was lower than them. Anyway, I just found it interesting. Like, man, I thought Rhode Island, being the smallest state, would have or however they classify it, population density or whatever it is. I imagine most of that population is probably condensed around their state capital. I forget what the state capital is, but I imagine most of it would be there in the coastal area. Very few up in the mountains or the hills.
no, in the United States, it put the Vatican put in the world.
Yeah, New York, New Jersey, you know, New Hampshire. What other news do we got? New Mexico. Uh,
Oh, wow. Wyoming is the least populated U.S. state.
huh. That's what Doc
It's
P said. Wyoming. He's a Yellowstone fan. I know it.
588,000.
Never been there, but I've seen. It looks beautiful. Beautiful place. I had a buddy of mine lived out there. It was, I think, West Wyoming or wherever it was. It was Laramie, the city of Laramie, Wyoming. He said they like film like a bunch of like westerns and stuff, but out there back in the day.
Yeah. So check this out. Lowest populated city or town. And I know I'm going to mess up this name. Minoe, Nebraska, which has an official population of exactly 1.
Dang.
1.
That's probably not even a person. It's probably like an animal or something. It's probably like just a cow that just lived. It's like a
That's
95-year-old cow or something, like a
that's a
Brahma bull.
lemon there.
Man,
No,
what's the status on this person? Does it give a name or age?
no.
Man, we got to track this thing. You got me hooked now, buddy. I'm hooked. This is the type of stuff that gets me hooked. Like, who is this one person? Heck, I need to create a town right quick. Just incorporate myself. That way, just after they phase out, I'll be the sole one citizen city.
Well, here in Texas, you have to have at least 200 people to create a town.
Oh, dang, man, that's too much.
Sherry
Oh,
wants to move
I don't
there.
even have that many friends on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to set
And
it up like I don't know. I don't know what it takes for Georgia. I have to look it up for Georgia and see what they say. It's probably some weird number. There's been so many people try to make different cults and different things, man. It's just ruined it for people that's just trying to create their own town.
well, that's the reason I know it, because there is a group that are trying to
Stupidaso, Iowa. How you like that, Bunny?
create a
Put
town.
that on your postcard. All right, Sherry says she's moving there. She don't even care. Bags is packed, ready to go. Private jet is in flight. No. I'll just label it a ghost town. They should give you some type of tax break or some accreditation if you just call it a ghost town. Seen people buy ghost towns. No. Moonchild, good evening. Good to see you. The moon is bright tonight. Cheese is glowing. That one is on the bucket list. The waste bucket. There you go. Yeah, ultimately, not everything can make it to the final drawing board, the final production line. Some things were just not meant to be.
Oh no.
All right, we might have to call off the private jet. We might have to bring out the tour bus.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to bring out the tour bus money.
It snows in Nebraska.
But soon?
Huh?
Oh, never mind. I don't even know.
It snows.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I bet Nebraska, yeah, all those little, whatever that is, the Midwest. No, that's not the Midwest. Whatever they classify that region. The Rockies.
Minch has 300 people where she lives.
Shoot, it's too many people here. Well, no, I ain't gonna say too many, but it's a lot of people. I mean, Augusta's the second largest city, pretty much in Georgia.
She said, forget it. They had tornadoes this year. Sherry, I think every state has had tornadoes this year.
All right, plans off. Dang, I just got the tour bus gassed up. It's all right though. It's gassed up though. We're ready.
Hey, Johnny.
You have a good night, B Charming. Appreciate you being here as always. Have a blessed night and a blessed week ahead.
Night B.
We got the tour bus gassed up just in case the gas goes back up tomorrow, you know. Save them
Yeah.
55 cents.
I'm going to fill up everything tomorrow and get everything I need because it just keeps going up. And this better be the last trip. I hope.
Oh man, they had one of those it wasn't this weekend, but it was this past weekend. I didn't even know about it till after it happened, but I'm kind of glad I missed it. But it was the Circle K. They had one of their little gas days where it was like so much off per gallon for
Mm.
no matter what it was, the premium, the mids, or the regular. I forget how much it was, but man, people was going nuts, man. You would have thought they was just giving gas away. And mind you, it was a savings, especially with gas being up across the board, you know. It is
Mm-hmm.
a savings compared to what we're paying now, but I'm thinking no.
Well, apparently, a lot of people are doing what we're doing because it's getting really hard to find the gas jugs or water jugs that, the bigger ones, the real
No
ones.
doubt. I remember when they did that a couple years ago. It was Circle K, and it might have been one of their affiliates. There was a big write up about that. Yeah, it was. They did the testing and everything on it. Yeah, like they always joke about. You know, we always joked about the thing, whether we heard about the thing or whenever experienced the thing. You know, people say about, oh man, they selling that watered down gas over there.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean you look up reports and stuff. They actually got documentation on these type of people doing it.
Yep.
And when you get gas, I know most people here has pretty much got the common sense and the understanding, and they done been around the block a few times. No disrespect intended, but uh, please store your gasoline in a proper container. You know what I mean? I remember it was crazy
Yes.
right after Hurricane Helena tore through the South almost 2 years ago here in my area, and
Yes.
as many different resources we have and different communities coming together. I mean, ultimately, gas, when something like that happens, unless you have it, you don't have it. You know, it's not like uh, I may have some extra things that you can have, you know, for your family or this and that. You know, it's not like we're growing or producing our own gas. You know, it's ultimately something that we're buying secondhand, no matter how we're getting it or the price we're getting it. But I had some jugs and I said, well, heck, I'm gonna just go fill up. But the line, I went to the closest thing I went to, because all the gas stations was ridiculously packed. I said, well, heck, I'll go up to the Kroger. That's the next
Mm-hmm.
closest thing that's got a gas station, and they got a bigger parking lot. But man, I'm standing in line and just watching people carrying different things and watching people get turned away, and they say, no, you can't put no gasoline in that. Man, I seen people coming up there with fish tanks, people coming up there with
Yes.
Halloween buckets, their kids Halloween. I'm literally seeing this now. Uh,
Yes.
Fish tanks, Halloween buckets, um, these like what do you call it? I don't even know what type of bags you call it. It was like a
I
bag.
I see
Um,
videos
all
of that.
different type of vessels and different containers, you know.
That
They don't went and dumped all their kids sand buckets. That they got the buckets that you make the sand castle with the little castle shapes. And I'm thinking, man, they just really don't know.
no. And driving home, that's gonna spill.
Dudes was people were standing in line with coolers. You know, I could, you know, I don't know. I could see if you didn't have no other option or something, but Yeah, you got a whole 55-gallon iguana tank in your trunk. Yeah, what are you going to put on there to keep that from sloshing out? I could see some containers, if you had some type of lid. But yeah, by the time you get home, it's done completely disintegrated that laundry detergent jug or whatever it is.
Mm,
And then like people that had gas, it was weird. Like, people was having to call up people and people was calling up and getting gas. Like it was, like, hey man, I need a couple joints, man. Can you come bring me a couple joints of gas? People
yeah.
like it was just seeing all this unfold and this is just a couple days in. Some people was losing it, some people was okay. Like I said, communities and things like that, we was kind of lucky for the most part, having different resources on hand. A lot of people did come from out of state, out of the even Canada, even from up in Canada. There were teams I seen down here, but yeah, I'm like, man, they're trying to Mad Max it, Bunny.
Well, I've seen when the river floods here, um, there's people who live on the other side that couldn't get across, and there'd be a whole group of them standing out there on the other side, and so we drive up. What do you need? And mostly it was cigarettes, beer, um, food. And I was like, well, how are y'all going to get it over there too once we get all this? But I guess they did because they said they were some happy people.
Yeah. Yeah, you got people coming up there with the extended beds with the 10-footers, got tarps back there. Ki- Got like two kiddie pools stacked on top of each other trying to fill it up with gas. Oh, you best believe whoever the manufacturers of the gas jugs, oh man, they made a killing during that whole escapade. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, they
you know,
still are.
a lot of people, keep it, different jugs or things, have a little bit. You just never know. But yeah, the volume of people that just didn't or didn't think about it, or I don't know, in the chaos or whatever it might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all that type of sales went up, unfortunately.
My son in law even bought me a, it's like a gas pump. You put it in the jug and it works just like a gas pump. So you don't have to lift the jug or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah. Siphons it out for you.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm. Johnny's saying $8 per gallon in Hawaii.
I cannot believe that.
I could
Like,
imagine, them being an island state like that. They do have,
mhm.
whatever they can and do produce uh, on soil, but unfortunately, just being an island state or an island country, a lot of your resources have to get pumped in or brought in. You know,
Yeah, that's true. But our gas has gone down. So I can't figure out why in Missouri it was $4.99 because that's not that far from us. I don't know if it's going down because we're at the Gulf or
different states, different things. Who knows? Different gas taxes. Different states have different, I guess, gas taxes. However that goes, different factors. Um, Dang, said Portugal's
oh,
$8 a gallon. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere in Portugal.
yeah, I
Going down
never
to the port, that's about it. Look at that. You can't even get no cheap gas in Plymouth Rock, buddy.
dang.
Allegedly, where all this kicked off, you can't even get the cheap gas in the Plymouth Rock. Got to pay $4.50 a gal. Not even a good gal, just a regular gal. Yeah, like I said, even by our standards here on Georgia, our gas, over the years have been, I ain't gonna say the cheapest, but as you look at different states or different things, it's been kind of cheaper. But South Carolina, usually their gas is a little bit cheaper, and they have a different thing. Like there's no what is it? There's no sales tax on like groceries or whatever it is, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it comes in handy. You know, it's literally right across the border. So I mean, if I want to go get certain things or whatever, you know, if I'm going that way, you know, I'm not just gonna go completely over there to get some pasta or some bread. But you know, if it's something worth doing, it definitely adds up.
Wait,
And then they have the what's that?
y'all have sales tax on your groceries? On
Yeah.
everything?
Oh yeah, they tax us on everything, bunnies.
God,
Everything.
we no. The only thing taxable is non-edible or sodas. And of course alcohol and tobacco, but I was just looking at the if we had a state tax, because I've never heard of the state tax on gas, but we do, and it's 20 cents per gallon. And then it
20
says,
cents.
yeah,
Is that county, local, or is that state?
that's state. But
Oh
then
yeah.
we combine it with the federal tax of 18.4 cents per gallon. The total tax is 38.4
Yeah,
cents.
almost 40 cents. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you factor in whatever your gas is now, subtract about 40 cents. I mean, heck, for a lot of people, that's still over $3. You know, I think the lowest one I seen in chat so far was, I think Anthony said 342 today in Central Indiana. Everything else has been over 3, over 4. I know Cheryl's gas is usually about the highest. Well, besides Hawaii being $8. Sherry said 4.99. So yeah,
yeah. And Sherry pays 9% on her groceries there.
yeah.
I,
Each state is different, you know, and that's a lot of different things factoring across the board on a lot of different things, you know. It's yeah, you know, you have
it's,
like of course, like your federal standard, but of course, you know, each state has a different thing, you know. Like they said for many years, like different standards of living. You know, you might have at one time you might have made $30 an hour here on Georgia and been doing pretty good, but you go to somewhere like New York City or maybe a bigger city in California, $30 an hour uh, is a little bit different. You know, a different standard of living. You know, things. You know, bigger cities things cost more and different like that. But now it's spread out. You know, it's kind of going up across the board. You know, the places that were lower are still kind of lower, but they're not as low as they once were, for sure. Yeah, I did that a few times tonight. I muted myself, you know what I mean? I didn't want to crack the wine chalices and the different crystal obelisks that may frequent the chats, you know.
the,
Dang, 570 here. It's gone down, yeah.
so our sale tax, like on clothing, shoes, stuff like that, is you get 7.25 or is it 8? I don't know. It's somewhere around there.
But it's all right, though. You know, once a year, they give us that once a year whenever right before school starts back. So, in like, well, school just let out. All the schools in my area, they're out now. They done had their graduations, you know, they're chilling. But
Hmm.
right before school gets ready to start back, they have uh, one in South Carolina and one in Georgia. They have the tax-free weekends on like uh,
Yes, we
just a
have that.
bunch of stuff. It used to be just like supplies, but now they've kind of like expanded it into other things. You know, for the most part, it's justifiable. You know, on certain things,
Yeah.
and yeah, people will go over to South Carolina and load up because they already don't have the tax on certain things, and they're not taxing on the extra stuff. So Even by today's standards, it does add up, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Poor Smart.
Oh yeah, imagine a California or Western state, or maybe even some maybe through Alaska. I don't know how that connection would go. Yeah, I don't see it. I wouldn't see it making sense going further than you would have to, paying more than you would have to. But nothing I would think would meet the standard. What are they putting out there for sure? Yeah, like the old Brooks and Dunn song. What was that when he was howling at the moon? Oh, no, that wasn't Brooks and Dunn.
Um,
That was
oh
it.
man.
Randy Travis. When it's a great day to be alive. Yeah, not Randy Travis. The guy that's saying it's a good day to be alive.
Is that the one? It's a great day to be alive.
It's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. It's a hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just as good?
But that's not the song I'm thinking. It's the one.
No, I probably chopped and screwed it. I butchered it, But the one I was thinking of is the one I just sung. I can't think of that guy's name, but he's still. I hated I missed it. He came and did a concert here not too long ago, and I said, "Damn, I should have went to it." I don't know how many more shows he's got left in him. Randy Travis or
Oh
damn, I
wow,
can't think of his name.
Travis Tritt.
Travis Tritt, maybe Travis Tritt. I don't know. Some of them sound the same. Travis Tritt, yeah, that was the guy. Sometimes I get them confused. Travis Tritt and Randy Travis. I don't know why.
I can't imagine.
No, no, definitely not Kenny Chesney. No, he's got a different. He's got a different swag. I think it is Travis Tritt. There you go.
Moonchild, what's the name of that song? Where they go, ow.
What's the name of it?
And who sings it?
How does it go?
She's our music guru tonight. She knows what I'm talking about. I'm not doing it again.
I missed it. Maybe I know it. Maybe I could sing it. I don't know. What was the verse?
Where they go, it's not a, it's, ow. She needs more
Oh, that's the
time.
same one. That's the same one. That's like the second. That's like the second chorus of the song.
I didn't think
Man, how does it go?
I didn't think that was.
Yeah, that's like the second. That's like the second chorus or the second part of the song where he's talking about a lone wolf. Said I forget how it goes. I might be a lone wolf.
Anthony's got it. Werewolves of London. That's it.
That's a movie.
It's different. But it's a song too.
Oh, I thought we was guessing songs again. I didn't know. Yeah, I've seen Werewolves in London. I don't know if it's a song.
There is a song.
Okay, that's before my time. I don't know if I've heard that one. Need more context. As always, we need more context. Context, contact, contacts, first contact. How can we really have first contact if we're this many generations into the aliens and everything? We can't really, we're definitely not at first contact anymore. We're like at 33rd degree contacts. Anyways.
The hell didn't work. No, it didn't.
Anyways, who knows these things?
But the words "Werewolves of London" are in the song, and I don't know why I cannot think of it right now, but I know it has that one part in it Or
Somebody will Google it. They'll figure it out. Either that or they'll start going and watching a werewolf movie. You know?
werewolves. They sing it low.
I ate my garlic and I got on my golden amulet, so I won't be turning into a werewolf tonight. I've suppressed my inner canine urges for this evening's full moon. You never want to. You never want to shift 2 times in 1 month. You know.
Right.
I got the first full moon shift out. That was good. You know. Sometimes you don't want to go 2 in 1 month. It's too much on you.
Johnny, you don't want to piss off Moonchild.
Me too. I was nominated for 7 shower howling Grammys. You know, 7. It's one for every day of the week. Think about it. He had the perfect hair. He had the perfect hair for it. Whoever
Who
that
had
was. I don't know. They got good hair. That's always a bonus, you know.
Yeah.
It's Johnny. Yeah. I don't know.
The Lakota howl with the wolves to clean their spirit. That's cool.
Taylor at Trailer Vix. Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah. Be a one with the inner wolf, you know. Let's see here.
Did you see the pictures that I posted from the benefit?
Not yet. I have to check them out. I definitely have to check them out. I
There's
hadn't checked out
one.
a whole lot today, but I definitely will. It's on my radar now.
There
What all
was
did they have there? Sounded like it was a whole event. They had food,
they had
events,
every
auctions.
yeah, and the kickball and the Dunkin' Booth and but they had this one picture. It was gigantic. It was like 3 feet wide, easy, and in the middle of it was the shape of Texas done in oh my goodness.
If I
What do
ever
they call
go on to the TV show Who Doesn't Want to Be a Millionaire, I think probably Virginia would probably be one of my phone of friends, you know. We didn't even have to phone her, but she friended us on that. It's Warren Zevon, Werewolves of London.
Thank you, Virginia.
That was your summer of '84 love.
Good to see you, Virginia.
Always a pleasure.
But they did the shape of Texas with arrowheads, real arrowheads. And then in each corner of this framed thing was a picture of Native Americans, in different dress. And it was so cool. But I
Were those
knew,
things that they were auctioning off?
yes, I'm sure they got at least 500 for that because it was.
That's the pictures you posted?
That's one of the pictures I
Okay, I'm
posted.
gonna have to check that out. Yeah, I like stuff like that. So you
Yeah.
said they used the different arrowheads to create the shape of the state of Texas.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was really nice. And then there was a fire pit, and I did bid on it, but I didn't win it. It had
What was the benefit? What was the reason? Was there a reason or like a benefit behind it?
yeah. One of our young ladies had a brain tumor, and so it's to help her out with all the medical and so for something like that, we have to go a pretty far distance, like Dallas or maybe Temple. there's only a few places that are really good for those kind of things.
Welcome up. Welcome back, Michael. Michael, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Michael.
Hey, Bonnie, how you doing? And how are you doing, Watt?
Good. Thank you.
Good, good, good. Is that song you was talking about? Is that the one where he goes, "Ow, werewolves"? Something like
Yes, that's
Something-
it.
Yeah, it sounds like "Sweet Home Alabama" or something Leonard Skinner would do, but it's different.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured
Okay.
when I heard you talking
People's
about
heard
it.
of it. It is a thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like
I
weird
didn't.
music.
I'm sorry.
I like weird music.
I like all music.
I do too. I go from anything from like hard rock, heavy metal, some hip hop and rap. I used to be real big into that until I stopped, thugging and stuff, and then I didn't really. I don't really like it that much anymore. But Frank Sinatra, lobby music, I listen to it all.
Yeah. Well, so Watt read my mind because the title for my next live was going to be "It's a Great Day to Be Alive." Always,
These are the
it's
things that may or may not happen here, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you tune in and tune out to the Watts World, Michael and Bonnie, ladies and gentlemen.
Wasn't
It
that
is a great day
Travis
to be
Tritt?
alive, though. It really is.
right.
Wasn't that Travis Tritt? Or am I wrong?
There you go, Travis Tritt. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I like that one part. It's like, "I might even grow me a Fu Manchu."
Yeah. I didn't even know what that was, and I was saying it, I didn't even know what that meant. Still
Yeah,
probably
well,
don't know.
it's a Japanese, Chinese. I can't remember if it's Japanese or Chinese, but it's basically like a soul patch type thing.
Oh, okay. I probably had that at one point in my life and didn't even know it.
Oh, I found this new group. I just love them. It's a group of ladies, and it's 2 electric guitars and a banjo, and it's Christian based, but the way they say it, if I ever go live again, I'm gonna try to play it. If they take me down, I'll start it over again. But they have grown just in the past year. Like, they would do a short and there'd be maybe 54 views or something like that, and now they're in the thousands of views for every video. They are so good. Some of their And it's every kind of music. It has kind of a Celtic sound. Um, some of it's heavy metal. Some of it's just calm. That banjo, I don't know, and they're just really good. They don't wear a lot of makeup. They're just down to earth. I really like them, and they're the name of their group is Shunned from a Funeral.
That's all I got, Bonnie. Nobody even knows what the heck that is, you know?
Viewer
It
discretion
didn't
is
sound that bad.
advised.
Well, I never knew that.
It is. It is. The moon has a way of bringing out the true lunacy, you know? I knew this. I knew this was coming, especially when you get two of them in 1 month, you know? Oh, man. I just
I
tried to
thought
avoid the humanoids as much as I could today. Pray
I
about
thought
it, stay strong about it, and do nothing.
I thought that this was the third one of this month.
Oh, no, we couldn't handle 3 right now, but do you really think we can handle 3 full moons? That's
I'm
pushing
pretty
it.
sure.
This is the third one?
I'm
No, don't
looking.
put that on me. Don't put that on us, Bonnie. Please don't put that on us. Can somebody confirm or deny? That on us. 3 of them? That's even worse because I don't even remember them if that's the case. Hey, I got to recalculate and configure some things now.
Okay, it's only 2 full moons in May. But was it last month? I swear I saw where there was going to be 3 full moons because of one being on the first, then one in the middle of the month, and then one at the end. See? Oh, 16th was the new moon. Okay.
Okay, so that's technically like almost like 3. Yep, that explains it. Trilateral convergence has been complete.
You know, aside from the moon, especially tonight, because it's supposed to be a rare moon, like a like a super blue moon or something. I don't know what exactly it's called, but aside from that, one thing that I don't really hear anybody talk about that much, and it even shocked me because I found out it happened here in West Virginia recently too. But does anybody know how many different states have had facilities blow up or, you know, had various random other things happen at it? There was, like I said, there was one here in West Virginia, and I didn't hear about it locally. Like, it's not even something that anybody here is even talking about. But there's like 15 different states that have had various different
One in
facilities and
West
stuff.
Virginia, what did they produce or what were they in charge of? What was their product?
I can't remember. There's not very many big factories and things over here. It might have been a natural gas factory because I think there's a gas refinery. I, I think there's an oil refinery, if I'm not mistaken, and then there's another big one that I know of that produces, well, body bags basically. And they're a really big producer for body bags. But other than that, I don't really know of too
Oh,
many.
imagine that. Like, hey, buddy, what you do for a living? Oh, I work in a body bag plant, you know?
Well, my
Imagine that be your
wife's
icebreaker on the first date. You know, what do you do for a living?
well,
I
my
put
wife's
together body
dad
bags,
does
you
that.
know? I'm the body bagger.
Yeah, but my wife's dad actually works at that factory, doing the body bag thing.
Oh,
But they pay pretty good money.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet they do pay good money. No doubt.
Yeah, because it's hazardous
Interesting job.
chemicals.
so
Actually, when I lived, sorry, go ahead.
back to your question. All 50 states have experienced explosions in various forms, including industrial accidents, pipeline failures, and criminal bombings. The frequency and causes of explosions vary by region and infrastructure.
Yeah, but what kind of time frame are you talking that all this started happening?
Yeah. From what point?
Doesn't say. But I know
There was a
it's been a
sorry.
couple of years since we lost our largest dairy farm.
So I know just like over a grand scheme of time, ultimately it's you don't want to say it, but something's going to happen in every 50 states. But I know since 2020 and a little bit before that, there was just so many. For the longest, you could just it was a thing they would talk about. Some of them, food facilities going down, chicken facilities going down, egg facilities, beef
Yes.
facilities that was processing different seeds, uh, different type of processing things. I think there's been several since then, but the most recent one that I could think of, and it wasn't even here in the States, but it was in Canada. I think it was the Kimberly Clark, the paper product facility, that one that went up in flames. And then there was that one in I think it was it Tennessee. Man, I forget exactly what they were doing there, but there was a
It
bunch of
was
people lost their lives there. That whole facility just exploded. Y'all remember that earlier this year?
yeah, it was
Yes.
an ammunition. It was an ammunition production,
There you go.
and but yeah, no, there's been so many of them as of lately that I've caught brief glimpses of and looked a little bit into it, and don't also forget that around that 2020 mark, like you was talking about, it wasn't even just facilities and stuff you were hearing about. What about all the farmers that were paid to dump milk out and various other things, But you think about it, and you think about all the food distribution, like you was talking about, something happened to them, all the farmers, all this stuff, and then you fast forward till now, and coincidentally, they're talking about like food shortages and famines and stuff, but they'll use the whole idea behind oil and all this stuff and fertilizer, which I'm sure it don't really help the matter none. But realistically, one of the biggest problems, especially when producing with food, is actually like increased radiation from the sun, uh, weather, all this stuff. But you know, you can't do nothing about that sort of stuff. Like natural events, like if it's a war or whatever, this and that, people will talk about it and tell you all day long. But if it's something that nobody can do nothing about, they'll just kind of make it look normal. Because you think about how weird this weather's been lately.
Yeah. But you can't make anything without oil. Nothing.
Well, that is true. However, I'm a very strong believer in the fact that realistically, with the technology that we have now that has not been showcased, that oil is obsolete as like a fuel source. I know that may sound crazy, and a lot of people say no, whatever, but really, uh, I think it will be because they've um, started making various different types of batteries that are actually organic.
Hmm.
Nice.
I haven't seen those.
Some
But
organic
also,
batteries.
but also, if you've never heard of it, look into Operation Star City, which is something that China was doing when they were trying to create a artificial sun. Now, they were trying to create an artificial sun for energy. And anybody that would create something that generates the power of a star would have unlimited energy. So, you know,
Operation Star City. So it, alrighty.
Nice. Star cities everywhere. Did a,
Stargate.
yeah,
Star.
we did away with the star forts and just started making star cities and gates. You definitely
well,
need a good
and
Stargate if you're going to get to these star cities. I think it makes it more for a more safer and more enjoyable experience. I would say.
Yeah.
Well, and you add in CERN, so hadron colliders, particle accelerators, and realistically, all of that stuff is contained with magnetics, and that's the same thing that the Chinese government ran into when they were trying to build that star. Is that they needed to make a specific magnetic containment wall because electromagnetics is what filters radiation and all this other stuff. Quite a bit of stuff actually that it actually affects. But anyway, without electromagnetic containment at CERN, you've basically made a particle beam weapon. So really, it's like the strongest weapon on the planet. But it's being used, quote unquote, to be able to look at these particles. But recently, they actually transported their first bit of antimatter on a truck because they're actually extracting antimatter. And that's also another reason I think oil might be obsolete to a degree, because 1 nanogram or maybe it's 1 millionth of a nanogram of antimatter is enough to power a city for like 3 months or 4 months or something, maybe even longer, because antimatter within itself is like extremely unstable, but it produces more energy than almost anything naturally. But whenever you go pulling antimatter out, that means you're pulling matter that's, counter to the regular matter that we normally deal
Where are
with.
they? Where are they extracting, or where are they pulling this antimatter from? Where do you think they're generating it from? Just
Well,
the
it's
energy and stuff that's
obviously,
around us.
well, sort of, but I feel like it's for a lack of better terms, like an alternate dimension. Um, because you think about the amount of energy from an atom bomb alone, right? Where you take and you split an atom and it caused, the bombs that were the ones they dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, how much damage and explosion and destruction that was just from separating one atom, let alone colliding two atoms at like the speed of light almost. So that's going to be a very serious uh, energy exchange moment, and it's potentially enough energy to actually cause like a suction type event or an implosion instead of like an explosion. So it kind of would bend everything around it inward. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but it's just crazy stuff.
What is nano?
They
Gotta
actually
have
say
some
they were
government grant money, Gotta get a little piece of that.
well, they were actually saying that they were looking for the boson Higgs particle, or looking into that, which is what they call the God particle. But some of these scientists recently that's went missing have actually had connections with CERN.
Sounds concerning.
Well, it should be to a degree, because like that gentleman was talking about last night, zombie, and like I've talked about before, the technology that actually exists versus the technology that your average day person has is two totally different things. And they're going to have to inevitably, they're going to have to wind up showcasing some of this stuff. And when they do, it'll probably rewrite what everybody thinks about history and all this other stuff, because advanced technology is actually relatively simple, but it's so simple almost to a degree that it's almost ingenious.
I wonder where they're having this year's World Fair. No, last year was in Japan.
I'll look that up. So nano is a metric prefix meaning 1/100000th. It is widely used in science and technology to denote extreme smallness or to measure microscopic dimensions.
So that's what 1 nanogram would be.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know it was like that. But yeah, no. But that's how powerful antimatter is. Is that all it takes is, the smallest minuscule amount you could think of.
Yeah, I remember hearing stuff about this. I know, the facility CERN, or whenever they allegedly said they came online in the 2000s, but ultimately they've been doing studies and tests before then. But I remember it was like, it had to have been around like 2012. I was seeing these different articles and stuff, and talking about CERN and different things about these theories on these artificial suns that could come to be in the creation. And then I don't know if it was around I think that was the same year. It was like 12, 12, 12 or something. Everybody was freaking out, thought the world was going to end.
Yes.
And I think that following year, I saw this guy. I can't remember who it was. Like I said, this was like 2012, 13. He did this whole spiel and gave his theory and had a few receipts about the sun and talking about the sun switched over. What did he say? From being like an orange yellow sun to a white sun. I don't
But,
know.
you
Thought it was pretty interesting at the time. Think about it now, I guess it's even more interesting in a way, but yeah.
so way back in the day, like 060606.
Oh man,
And
honey.
well,
666. I remember that. People were going
and
nuts that year too.
yes. So it's and but at the time it was okay, this happens in how many years ever. And um well, never. That's the only time that date'll be, I guess. But um I don't know. It's like we used to acknowledge it and then just go on. And now I don't know if it's because of everything that's happening that's making us more aware or but it's like we're dissecting everything to
I don't even know.
everything, like even what we're being told. If you watch a news channel and listen to what they say, you're reading between the lines, you're tearing it apart, trying to see what's the hidden message, because we know it's all propaganda. I don't know.
Well, I agree with you on that fact. No matter where you go in the world, any country, any place, if you're looking at the mainstream media of that area or state-run media or wherever you live, it's all propaganda. Um, and that's half of the reason why there's so many divisions between countries, because really all the countries kind of like constantly pull and tug at each other for a power struggle. It seems benevolent and benign and stuff and all fine and good, but really behind the scenes there's always power moves. That's why every country has spies that spy on every country. Like when they
Yes,
were talking to Donald Trump and they was asking about China being friends with him. He's like, they spy on us. And he's like, sure, yeah, we spy on them. France spies on us, so
that's why
it's real
everything's
shit.
been infiltrated.
Right,
Everything.
absolutely. hmm And that's why the intelligence agencies are big agencies, because every country has an intelligence agency. So if every country has an intelligence agency, you just think about the psychological battles that's really going on here that inevitably end up to be spiritual battles.
Yes. What was the question you asked a while ago? And I said, I'll get to that.
I don't even remember.
Okay.
Can't remember at this particular moment.
I'm glad.
But you know what? I'm sorry, Bonnie. You can go ahead if you had anything to say.
I didn't. Go ahead, please.
You know what? When I was hearing you talk about that guy, you heard some years ago talking about how the sun was transitioning into a white sun. I don't believe he's fully wrong, because I don't know if anybody really remembers that old.
I think he's cutting out for a minute.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Like I was saying, I have faint memories when I was younger, and granted, I'm not that old. I'm only 31, but I have memories of looking up at the sun, and I remember the sunlight used to be like a golden yellow color, not really white. But I've noticed now that the sun is very white in color. And the radiation index is, a lot higher
Yes.
than. And you was talking about like clocks and stuff that one time, Bonnie, and talking about how you could set an analog clock and it would be different than a digital clock or something.
Yes.
But that'd be the same way you would measure accurate data nowadays. You can't use digital things in this world right now to really accurately measure data. You have to go analog, because analog's not as controllable because it's manual. But I do believe that there is something severely off in the heavens, because again, the Bible, it talks about the heavens quite a bit. But there's a thing from an old science, I think it's Science Illustrated or Scientific Digest. I can't remember, but it's an article from the 60s, and it was talking about Planet X or Nibiru or something. But that got swept under the rug. But I do believe that we do have a twin star, basically, is what I'm getting at. Because every observed universe out there, 98% of them, or maybe even 100, but the consensus is 98% of them have a binary star. So if we did, then it wouldn't be that big of a surprise. And if we did, it would be just like what they observe in other stretches and stuff, or so they say, allegedly. But there's like a particle exchange. The host star changes in composition and changes in chemistry, and they do change in color. But I don't know. It's like, I guess it's all speculation till we see it.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely something different in the temperature of the sun, because even though we're in the 80s, it's like, or maybe it's just been so cool that we've gotten used to it and haven't adjusted to the summer yet. I don't know, but it seems hotter than what the temperature even says.
Well, and I've also noticed that the air outside can be cool. It can be really cool air outside, but the sun is like intense, like very intense, more than what I feel like it was in the past. I mean, I may be remembering things wrong, but it just seems different.
And so that's when you got a question, is this something that because we've heard it, or is it real?
Is what real?
I mean, okay, I'm seeing other people say the same. And who ever heard of sun poisoning in years past? But now it's a thing. And that's Mary saying she can't tolerate the sun like before.
Well, all of that makes perfect sense. But the real indication, to me, in my opinion, now I'm not an expert or anything, and I'm kind of a novice at research. I'm not like a, you know, an analytic advisor or anything. But in my opinion, you look at the wildlife, because when you look at nature, you can learn a lot if you're actually listening to it. So
Yeah.
look at the wildlife, and if the wildlife as a whole starts going berserk and wonky, like random attacks by, you know, your pets or whatever it may be, you start finding uh, animals out of place that's migrated a great distance. They shouldn't be there. Stuff like that. Okay, when you see that, then you know, or you can assume anyway, that we've got a serious problem with the sun. And at that point, the next thing would probably be uh, electromagnetic destabilization. So basically, for a brief time, there would be holes in the electromagnetic field that would actually let solar radiation in for a brief period. But anybody that were in them areas, in 15 seconds, you'd be like cooked from the inside out. So um, if you start seeing animals go crazy and it's not really looking right, uh, then you'll notice that the sun feels a lot different at that point. But if you don't see that, then I don't really know, at this moment, how bad it'll be, or the timeline, or nothing. But it's almost like an earthquake, not an earthquake, a volcanic eruption. So in order to get an idea of when a volcano might erupt, you look for the signs. So it's the same way with the sun, is basically what I'm saying.
So if you see the signs, then what are you going to do?
Well, you're going to need Christ and Christ alone. Remember when Paul was in front of those Roman soldiers and that viper bit him on the hand, and they were all saying their goodbyes and all this stuff, but he was perfectly fine?
I'm sorry, I was reading chat. I didn't hear that.
I was just saying Christ and Christ alone, in my opinion, because remember
Yes.
when Paul was in front of those Roman soldiers and he laid his hand up on the rock and that viper bit him, and they were all basically saying goodbye and their condolences, but he was fine.
See, Mary, isn't that normal? I don't.
What's that?
Hearing the birds early in the morning or in the evening because it's so hot during the day.
Could be. That could be a thing. Heat. Certain factors, yeah.
I mean, I know if I'm working outside, it's early in the morning or in the evening because it's so hot in the afternoons when the sun's at its peak.
Oh, I could imagine. If we think about it like that, I would think that an animal like a creature like a bird that could just, automatically knows what to do, kind of does things, can see the how to fly, whatever it feels off of, whatever type of energy or gravitational magnetic force that it feels off of, jet stream, I don't know, just to see and remember and do all this type of stuff. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And just imagine if we came, I don't know, uh, uh allegedly pre-programmed with certain things, or automatically how to build a house, automatically just how to do certain things with food, you know.
Hmm.
Interesting. But we're different. Like I was watching this I don't even know what the heck I was watching earlier. It was, I guess I got on a rabbit hole of videos, but this guy was talking about it was an Indian tribe or something, and he was like, ultimately, if we could just if we could just have it back like it was, where all this land was just free for everybody as far as you could see, to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west. And it was like a valley. I forget what state it was. It was some valley. And he said you wouldn't have the need for these bringing these corporations in these supermarkets, because you've got so much to feed off of and eat off of the land. And then you wouldn't have to go worry about buying certain clothes and everything, because it's the land also gives you that. And then you ain't got to worry about buying and constructing these massive homes. You ain't got to buy a home. You said the earth has a way of providing a shelter, whatever that may be. You know, certain
Yeah.
forms, certain aspects, certain people can do that way of living, that way of a lifestyle. Um,
Yeah.
it's a lot different than we've been accustomed to living today, by any metric or any standard by anybody here. I'm sure.
Um, that's absolutely right, and it's a lot like everything else. The changes, because we don't really experience change well. We can see maybe that something's going to change or something, but until it actually changes, we don't really experience and stuff. So, but you think about how society went from, like you're talking, more primitive natural living until the first time that they started organizing stuff, and then they started taxing people, because taxing people and stuff is really kind of what got them living, underneath the monetary system. Uh, because before that, you could just trade whatever you had, um, and get whatever you wanted based on your trade. But uh, that's been a long time for humans. You know, um, it's been longer than any of my known relatives, alive or dead. But uh, you look at where we're at now, and you think about the cycles and how all these ruins we find, all these civilizations were like thriving, and then they wind up just being ruins. Um, and we're no different, really, because you look at the way we treat one another, the violence that we express, the hatred, defending things that you know we probably shouldn't defend. You look at the level of narcissism in people, the sense of pride, all these things, and sometimes I wonder how long can a society go on like that.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. There seems to be an influence of ego and
When you look at the media, like you was talking about, that's what all that is. they're both saying the other side's the devil and that they're the savior and that they're right and they're wrong. And so all these people get in a frenzy, and that's how average people are that consume too much of this stuff is. They'll be like, you maggot or you libtard or whatever the term is now. But we're we're severely polarized. And I really wish that people could find a common ground and get over disagreements and opinions and all this stuff, because not everybody has to agree with you. That's fine to have different viewpoints. That's what makes us unique.
There you go. Make mud baths great again.
There you go. If that's your cup of mud, pour it on you. Yep. There you go. Mud it up. Start doing some pottery. No, oh look, you could use that type of mud.
No, that's a different.
No, you might be a little bit, yeah.
You're being a cast.
Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah. You don't want to be self mummified in clay. Man, what's wrong with it? What's this guy's problem? He's pretty stiff, What's his deal? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. For whatever reason, my dog, she can be clean, run outside, and just roll in the dirt. She can't stand it not having dirt on her. There's got to be something to it.
There you go. They were on to something with the mud wrestling. They knew something we didn't know.
Another thing that would be really good, and I'm actually from an area originally that has at least one, and I
That's
know
what
I'm
she
saying
said.
hot springs. If anyone's ever actually went to like a hot springs, one that you find, and actually get in there and stuff, depending on whether it's contaminated or not. So you got to look for clues with it. But like the area I'm from, it has a hot springs, and it was a real famous one. And presidents like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all of them went up in there to this, I guess, spa resort thing. But anyway,
But went to all of them, didn't they?
well, I know that the hot springs normally have like magnesium or sulfur and stuff in it, and that stuff's
Yeah.
good for your because you look at the human body. The human body has pretty much every element in creation in it. And a little fun fact: sometimes aneurysms are one of the leading causes of aneurysms. Naturally, is copper deficiencies. So there's a lot of minerals and all these things that people just don't normally get.
But you can create it. I have magnesium flakes, and sulfur's pretty easy. Because I can't get in those hot things. I can't get in a hot tub. I can't. The hot water is not a friend, and so I've just been looking at other ways, natural, that you can just put in your bath.
My wife also, she loves hot water, but she can't be in it, or else it really messes with her. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to get the minerals, but there's quite a bit that's actually good for you. A lot of people walk around and they don't feel good and stuff and all this stuff all the time, like maybe lethargic or maybe they have a headache or whatever. But really, half of it is probably dehydration, because you should check your water that you drink. You shouldn't just necessarily, you know, same thing with food to a degree too. Uh, but I'd say that a lot of people's problems is dehydration, really.
And what's weird is you can drink bottles and bottles of water all day, or glasses of water all day, and still they say that you're dehydrated. So I think it's something lacking in the water.
The ability to different things, I believe, different factors, but just the ability to absorb water, like living water for whatever that may be. I think a lot of this stuff that we could get in any bottle, no matter what the brand or no matter what they say this source is, allegedly it's all to like a certain standard.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but then it's just making sure it's, I don't know, creating your own stuff, putting a little bit of uh, a good quality salt, maybe a little bit of lemon or something, a little electrolytes, creating it yourself.
Yes, that's that's why I'm uh, the warm lemon water with a pinch of salt in the mornings, and then at night I don't put the salt. But
And I was watching this video about the different like sodas and different stuff, or even like the Red Bull. It even says it in the commercials and on the can. It'll give you wings, and it shows the person getting these angelic wings and stuff, and they're just floating off. And we kind of think about it like, oh, cool, that's a pretty cool energy drink. It gives you wings, gives you what you want to do, but people don't really think about it in the commercial. It literally shows this character that was drinking this drink passing away. They're turning into an angel and flying away. But this guy, he was showing how the different acidic levels, and he was talking about how much did he say? Whatever the standard size is of the Red Bulls. I know there's different sizes, but whatever the smallest one is, and basically he was saying it takes uh 3 gallons of water to flush out that one Red Bull. And I don't remember all the specifics or what he did to get to that number. I'm not backing his science. I'm just relaying what I've seen in a clip. But I thought it was, pretty interesting. You think about it.
yeah, I know on the fire department, um, I mean, we have cases of water on the trucks, but also Gatorade, because just water doesn't do it. It's got to have the electrolytes in it. Um, I think body armor is a good one.
Yeah,
I
be
have,
careful with your certain drinks like that. Your
yes,
things like your, Gatorades or, whatever the brands. Make sure you're checking the sugar content. A lot of this
yes,
stuff you think oh yeah, it tastes like an orange or it's grape or whatever, and it's cold and it tastes refreshing, but you got to also look at the sugar content in them. A lot of that stuff, the sugar content's ridiculous. 40,
yes,
50 something, 60 something grams of sugar in something you think is supposed to be rehydrating you and replenishing you, but basically all those sugars kind of cancel out all that. And
mm-hmm.
you still feel thirsty afterwards. You'll drink one of them things and be like, "Dang, it was refreshing, but I could use something else too." I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I
Now they
have,
even have other options. They got Gatorade Light, where it's like a not as sugary, and they've got more salts or stuff in it. They call it Gatorade Light.
yeah, I have those packets of um, liquid IV.
Yeah, Liquid
Those,
IV.
those are supposed to be pretty good at hydrating you.
I've got
Um,
some of them. I haven't used them. I think I don't know. My sister or somebody gave me some, but
Mm,
I seen them one day at the store. I say, man, these things is expensive. I said they must be good or they must work or do something. Um, but yeah, I've heard people. They said they swear by those and a couple other different things. But yeah, I try to drink a lot of water. Try to offset it by not consuming or taking in a lot of other things that would offset what water or what little bit of good I'm doing. I do enough harm, enough damage to my temple as it is. Whatever it is. Might give me
yeah.
5 more years. Might give me 5 more months. I don't know. You know, I don't really like deprive. I don't think I deprive myself of what it needs. I may not uh, give it what it wants at times. You know, and there's times when I do overindulge in whatever it may be, just trying to balance it out.
well,
Yeah.
I can share in that sentiment. I'm sorry, Bonnie. Go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah.
Um,
I'm
y- sorry.
Go ahead, hon. Sorry.
Um, I can share in that sentiment. Sometimes I, overindulge in things and, do enough damage to my body. Uh, Realistically, nowadays, it's almost impossible to not really do damage to your body because not even necessarily grocery stores, but you think about some of the rain uh, that has been contaminated, you know, um, and that's going to be natural. So, you know, there's probably a lot of contaminants already. It doesn't really matter at this point necessarily. And think about the microplastics, but it is good to try to do the best you can. Yeah, I was thinking about getting some chickens and doing some eggs and planting some things and whatever. But um,
Oh,
I
no
just have
doubt,
to.
no doubt. There's a trace in a lot of things for sure.
Yeah, we some of this train derailments and all this stuff earlier, and there was actually one not too awful far from me in Ohio. Probably about maybe a year or two ago, a couple months, and it really did a number on the Ohio River. And it was pretty bad. It was burning and stuff and caught on fire. And but that's just the world we live in. He was talking about that trash island last night, Watt, and realistically, it's a wonder. It's really a wonder and like a testament to God's patience and mercy that we're even still here with all this stuff that you know, already could have happened. Because they tell you that it's a 1 in a million chance that the Earth gets hit with a meteor. Um, but realistically, it's the other way around. There's so much space debris and junk and satellites and dust, what they classify as dust. But what scientists classify as dust out in space is like a rock the size of your fist, up to 90 pounds. So, but anyway, it's just a wonder. And nobody ever really thinks about the satellites above them because some of those satellites aren't even really, they use different methods of power and battery that are really bad. That's why they're out in space. Um, yeah.
I think that it's all linked together.
the crazy thing about NASA, specifically, is that if anybody knows what about Operation Paperclip, Warner von Braun was the lead engineer on rocket propulsion for Germany, along with other medical things that he was involved in. So he was a top level, you know, scientist under Hitler. Um, but he went on to be the father of the modern rocket that they use for uh, space travel, basically. But you think about some of the names of these missions, Apollo and, you know, Gemini and all these various other ones. And, you know, there's a reason they named them the names. It's not coincidental.
Right. Swap falling asleep.
Did Watt fall asleep?
That's what I'm wondering. Hmm.
Yeah. I must put him to sleep. It normally happens after I go on a tangent.
I think we all do.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go here in a minute. But you know, the birds like we was talking about earlier. I heard y'all talking and everything. I've actually noticed in the middle of the night, like even just a few minutes ago, at one something in the morning, I was hearing songbirds and daytime birds making noise outside, and I know that's not normal. Um,
Hmm.
so
Gosh,
yeah,
that just takes me right back to um what's the name of the movie? Hunger Games. Yeah, I don't drink energy drinks. My kids, boy, they do. They go through them. I'd rather see them drink a cup of coffee. Hey, Sandy, good to see you.
well, I want to say good night to everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here because it's getting kind of late. I wish y'all well, and Lord willing, I'll be on another episode. It was nice talking with you, Bonnie.
It's good talking to you too, Michael. You take care.
Likewise.
Good night, Watt. Yeah, I figured you weren't sleeping.
No, I was just meditating. I was thinking about it, unthinking about it, and thinking about it at the same time. You know, appreciate you being up, coming in, checking in, tuning in at some point.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Good night. Yeah, I just saw corn silk. It's interesting.
Interesting stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I've learned a lot just from the chat. People all over.
It's like we got one of our local hydration experts coming up to join us now as we speak. Welcome up, Johnny. Johnny, everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Hydration, man. I just took a lot of herbs. That was it, man. I mean,
I know.
water's the still the best, but yeah, you can mix with herbs. But yeah, just too much herbs, man, it could kill your liver and kidneys. You will get traces of blood in your pee, man. You get lots of hemorrhoids. It's not fun. You know, I think I showed you guys all my herbs I used to take. If you take too much of it, man, it's not good.
Yeah, no.
Minerals. I mean, minerals might be better. You take minerals like magnesium, that's fine. That prevents heart attacks with aspirin. Like if you chew an aspirin pill and a magnesium pill. If you feel chest pain, that's the best way to prevent the heart attack. Magnesium pill and a aspirin pill together. That helps.
No doubt. Definitely figure out what the right balance is for you. You know, whatever that proper intake or consumption may be. You know.
I don't know, for magnesium and aspirin, if you got high blood pressure and high cholesterol, that's the best. And you got like chest pain, that's the best two combo. I think. I don't know what else would be good for that. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Probably cinnamon, maybe apple cider vinegar, in a cup of water. Like if you got chest pain, like in high cholesterol and high blood pressure, yeah.
You know what's funny? What they say about cholesterol, and I can't remember exactly what it is, but I think it's the tissue or the component that wraps your brain that keeps your brain intact or whatever function it is. I think it's made up of cholesterol.
Yeah, there's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. I don't know what LDL or something like that. I don't know which
Yeah,
one's good
finding the
bad. I forget.
balance to feed the good, maybe not so much the bad. You know.
Also need vitamin D3 too.
Need more things to go to the brain and not the gut. You know.
Ginkgo biloba. That's the safest herb for your brain.
Yeah, but you know, gut health is important. You know, you got to have good gut health.
Yeah, no, my gut health got bad, man, because I was like farting every 20 minutes. So I got the fan because I had too much
Yeah,
herbs. My
yeah, you
gut
want to
health.
regulate that. You just don't want to be free dispersing it at your free will. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the problem with too much herbs, man. The energy herbs like gotu kola and Fotai, yeah, those are great energy for your nails are really good and your skin's really good with those two herbs. Those the hair, skin, and nails are really good with those two herbs, but that tears up your gut and you get hemorrhoids with those, man, and yeah, makes you pee traces of blood. But
okay.
yeah,
I
no,
eat
it
a lot
makes your
of.
hair.
Well, I don't eat a lot of yogurt. I do eat yogurt from time to time, but I eat a lot of different pickled vegetables. You know, pickles, other pickled vegetables, stuff like that, fermented things. So I guess maybe that helps out. You know, a little bit.
Forgot about pickles. Yeah, that's real good too. I forgot about that, man. They have pickles, man.
Yeah,
If you got high
pickled
blood
garlic,
pressure,
green beans, different. Yeah,
got high cholesterol, high blood pressure, forgot about pickles. That works too.
900 billion probiotic. You gotta have 900 billion. You gotta have 90 billion. Shoot, you know what I mean? You gotta up your probiotic game. You don't have your probiotics, you're gonna be robotic. Do you want to be robotic? I think not. So what happened to the Tin Man? He seized up. How do you think the Tin Man seized up? He didn't
That
have
is
good brain and probiotic health. He didn't have good gut health.
That is
Ultimately,
pretty-
what did he get? What did the Tin Man get? Did he get a heart? I think the Tin Man got a heart. See, he needed good heart help. You can't make these type of things up. You do, you'll seize up like the Tin Man. You need an oil can. Then they'll start giving you seed oils. You know. Oh, Sherry ain't playing around. She's taking 100 billion. She ain't playing around. She's putting it dead in the probiotic and in the economy.
Can of oil. That's what I was thinking. I think the
Greeks make a good yogurt. I'll give it to them. They figured out how to make a good yogurt.
straw man was a brain. Lion. Was it courage? I don't know.
Maybe he got the heart. I forget what the Tin Man got. Either way, Tin Man got something. I don't know what he got. I've seen the
I
movie.
think-
I've seen the movie 100 times and still can't remember. You know.
Right.
Hey,
My
I think
mama.
another probiotic would be the leaf of an olive tree. Instead of olive oil, just take the leaf of an olive tree. The little leaves, they work too. Cheaper than olive oil because olive oil is expensive now. 23 bucks a gallon is pretty expensive for olive oil. Just get the leaf for a penny a capsule from Swanson Vitamins. Mix it with a cup of water, just as good as olive oil.
Excuse me. My mother must have been up on all that because the huge box that I just emptied was packed full of vitamins. She had omega, calcium, D3 stuff I've never even heard of. I've been going through the whole thing. It all says that it's expired, but a lot of them still have the seal on it. So I don't think they're expired, but yeah, she less
only
than
one-
Let the games begin.
The only one that you have to worry about putting in the refrigerator is the omega-3 fish oil, because fish oil can go bad if once you open it. That's the only one. I don't think if there's anything else that can go bad. Magnesium can't go bad. Aspirin can't go bad. It lasts for years. Vitamin A, I'm not sure. Iron pills, I'm not sure. Zinc pills, I'm not sure. I think those last too. D3, vitamin D3, I think they last. There's only like 10 or 12 you should take of minerals and herbs. Don't be like me and take 92 every 2 days. 92 herbs and minerals. It's an overdose, man. It's not good. Didn't kill me
yeah,
though.
would not overdose on it ever for sure. But you can tell. I've had some that they'll change color whenever it's time to quit taking them if they're too old.
No, I still have some that I take like not 92 at once, but I'll take like one of the 92 like every like 92 days to where I don't take as much as I used to. Like instead of taking every 2 days, I take it in 92 days, like one of each of those weird herbs. That's not bad. I still have them. They last. I'd say I knew an old guy that had canned foods and sealed herbs and minerals for like he would say 9 years, up to 9 years. They last after the expiration date. As long as it's in a cool place with no mold. If it gets moldy, then it's bad, even if it's sealed.
Right. Yeah, one of the YouTubers, Nunya, Texas, he had some 5-gallon buckets with the lids on them that were from his mother. So he said they were at least 20 years old, if not more. And she had everything packed in there with plastic bags in between. I don't know if that helped any or not, but everything he opened was good unless it was something with dairy, like Alfredo sauce or anything like that. It wasn't good. But everything else was.
Canned foods last 20 years. As long as the can doesn't rust, it's still good. But herbs, yeah, herbs and mineral pills, they last maybe 9 years.
Yeah.
I might test them though and try one that I have ones that are like 4 or 5 years. But if I let it go to 9 or after 9, I'll be sure to try it and tell you guys if I'm still alive after eating it. The only two that I won't take. There's a third one, I forget what it's called, is Fotai and Gotu Cola. The worst. Those are the only two I won't take. But the rest of it I can still take if I really, just to, try it again, to just get the feel of it. My old ways, pretty much. Be all crazy, whacked out, talking fast, and come up with some random ideas. But as long as you don't take them all at once, it's fine. Every 2 days. You'll be crazy, Johnny.
It happens.
But sometimes crazy Johnny is fun. But then other times it's not. It's like, what do you call it, bipolar? Sometimes you want to be high, sometimes you want to be low,
I'm tripolar.
Tripolar, that is crazy, dude. That is cool, man. Never heard of that, dude.
I know.
I
Can't
once
really
knew a
explain
person.
it. You just experience it.
I once knew a girl or a lady that said, there's only, I told her, there's only bisexual. She says, no, I'm trisexual. I'm like, oh no. I don't know what that is, dude. Funny.
Hmm.
The Alabama
Alabama.
jokes, they just kind of write themselves in a way sometimes, That's why it's kind of suppressed because we always hear about these Florida man stories. We don't never hear about the Alabama man stories, man. There's some wild stuff, man. Some wild stuff.
Which do you like better, Wildlife, North Alabama or South Alabama?
I don't know. They both got their place, I dislike them and like them both the same, At least South, they got a little bit of a coast down there, just a little bit. But
I'd
yeah, I've
prefer
heard some
South.
wild stuff, dude.
I'd prefer South because like Pensacola, Florida, and it's by the coastline, doesn't snow as much, so it doesn't snow pretty much less. So, but yeah, closest weather to California possibly is South Alabama, with a little bit more
Yeah.
hurricanes.
It's like when they first put the first 7-Eleven down there. It was back in the day. They had these energy drinks. It was called Crunk Juice. CRUNK. Crunk Juice. And man, this dude went into the 7-Eleven, dude, and he had a koala bear, bro. I don't even know how the heck you even get a koala bear in Alabama. I don't know. That's probably before they changed the laws and stuff, because their mascot is an elephant, so it kind of makes sense in a way. But yeah, dude, he's in there trying to baptize the koala bear with Crunk Juice, bro. Like that was gonna go over well. Man,
Oh my
You said the
goodness.
mascot's the elephant?
no, dude. I don't even know how he got the koala bear in there. How he got it? Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
the Oakland A's have an elephant mascot too. That's the Sacramento A's, but pretty soon to be
But
Las Vegas A's.
yeah, they
their
got him into
mascots.
custody and apprehended him. Yeah, he just said, "Man, yes, I need to let me go. I'm just trying to baptize my koala bear in Crunk Juice."
Koala bear, man. He went to Australia. Maybe it's an Australian. Maybe it was what's that one dude? That crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. He's dead, but back then he was alive. Might have been related.
Yeah, they're pretty cool till you feed them crappy energy drinks, man. They get savage.
Oh, Pilgrim's gonna pop them out.
Oh,
See, us, it's Arkansas for some reason. I don't know.
they pump Ken. They pump
Um,
Ken, Bobby.
Yeah, that's Arkansas. Sorry for anybody that's in Arkansas.
Sorry, Art Wild Man.
Oh, that's right.
We lost Art.
I don't know. I don't think anybody would act up around Ark Wildman. I think he would nip it in the bud.
Yeah, he's out living his best life.
Oh no.
Oh, they're definitely plotting. Don't think they ain't plotting. You ever seen Kung Fu Panda? Yeah, bro. You don't hear about the Kung Fu koalas for a reason. The karate koalas, you don't hear about them for a reason.
How about a good old lemur from Madagascar? You know, lemurs, they're like
You know what
the
I'm
spider
saying? Yeah,
monkey.
it's the same thing. You don't know if it's a monkey or a anorexic yeah, a bear. You don't know. We don't know these things.
There's
Oh
Kim.
dang.
Leave our
No,
koalas.
not the Australian. No, we're not talking about the Australian koalas. We're talking about like the Americanized koalas. You know, these koalas that take on the personalities and the characteristics of the Americas. Totally different than the Australians. You know,
Oh, I
the
thought you were talking
natural.
about Australian koalas, man. I didn't know there was an American one.
Nah, they do their own thing, bro. It's the Americanized koalas that be plotting, bro. The Australian koalas, shoot, they gotta just stay alert in the defense. You know, they never know. Like roll up on a whole patch of tarantulas or something. You know, they got to keep the kangaroos, you know, in check. Like y'all handle it down low, we'll handle it up high. You know, there's got to be some type of truce.
Forgot about the dingo dogs too. They got to worry about the dingoes.
Oh, they don't even have the dogs. The Tasmanian devils ran them out. Even the dogs couldn't handle Australia, bro. You just get dingoes and Tasmanians. That's just how it is. It's just a pecking order of Australia. They do got some dogs over there. They're probably some different. You don't want to mess with them, I promise you. They're like a breed of their own. They're like a continental dog.
Jeffrey, good to see you. I haven't seen that name in chat. Have you?
Jeffrey, yeah. I won't try to butcher the other part. I'll just say Jeffrey. Honey badgers. Oh yeah, honey badger don't care, bro. Man, they are savage. To be such a uh yeah. We don't have any down south, but I've seen the videos. They don't care.
It's kiwi huge.
There you go. Pretty safe. It's pretty safe, non-safe. Who knows, Pat? Who knows?
Fly upside down.
It is a good question. Why do they fly upside down? I always wonder that, when you see the birds coming in from the west, why they're like doing a little, what do they call that? They're doing a little barrel roll.
Yeah.
Good point. Nothing worth
Maybe
crapping on, they say.
they're part bat. Maybe the bats might have crossbred with them. Maybe the bat
Yeah, they
bird.
just reserve and hold it in. They're light. They're light on their consumption coming across the border. Another full week. Last week wasn't really a full week with Memorial Day. This will be a full week.
Yeah. Going into June.
Oh yeah, it's officially June. Dang, I've been on since last month. Dang, that's when you know it's time to get off. When you've been on since last month, I mean, it's too much. It's too much, Bonnie. We've been here since May. It's June, Bonnie. We've been live since May. Well, not yet. Y'all haven't caught up yet, but I have. I've been live since last month.
This is a busy month for me.
I bet. A lot of different occasions, different things, events, things to do. It is. Some double agent koala suggesting kiwi. Highly sus. We like to at
Thanks,
least
you.
keep the sus meter to a certain level. We want it to be organically sus. Nothing else. It's organic. Don't panic. It's organic. Seen that on a T-shirt one time. I said, that was a pretty good one. I don't even know what it was trying to sell or what it was. There wasn't no other advertisement. It was probably just a shirt they made. Just said, "Don't panic. It's organic."
Because everyone thinks everything's organic now, better for you, and they lie. It's not.
Well, I mean, at the time that probably somebody was saying organic and it wasn't really a thing, and it was probably funny. Yeah, but now it's just unfortunately not across every board, but on most of your stuff, mainstream. It's just a title. Organic, cage free, whatever, fat
Yeah.
free, low sugar, less sugar. It's just little gimmicks and titles they put on it, and you look at the label and you're like, man.
Yeah.
Especially on certain things with all the like added sugars and sodiums and stuff they put into it.
And when they say made with real Himalayan salt, I don't think so, because you'd be paying a whole lot more for it.
Probably additives, just like they do on certain things. It's got
Yeah.
real Himalayan salt in it, but they might put another in there for a filler or whatever. Not saying that all do that, but there's a lot of filler. There's a lot of filler, Bonnie. We live in a filler-based world. Just fill it in, fill it up, fill it out. 6 months to Amos.
Well, she retracted it. I think she left something out.
Maybe I need to celebrate Amos. Famous Amos. He was a pretty famous Amos. That's the most famous Amos I know. Made a pretty good cookie at one point. Oh, how about that? What's the odds of that? 6 months to Amos and it's 6 months to Christmas.
I think she meant Christmas a while ago. She
Pretty sure
retracted.
it's Amos. I'm sticking with Amos.
Okay. Famous Amos.
I know. Let's not think about Christmas right now. It's too soon, but too far away. I mean, heck, next month people will be celebrating Christmas in July. You know,
I've still
such a
got
hurry to get to Christmas. We got to celebrate it in July.
I still have some fudge in the freezer. I'll divide it up and
There you go.
it's your Christmas.
Bust it out. Get your little reminiscence.
hmm
Yeah, see, it's wintertime in like Argentina, Brazil, South Africa, Madagascar, those areas. So that's why they probably celebrate Christmas there in July. I'm assuming that's why. Australia too.
Interesting.
Hallmark does a Christmas in July where they show Christmas movies all over again in
That's
July.
too much. They're getting you all amped up already. Try to avoid them if you can.
I love them.
No, it's before you know it. It is. 2 days later, your whole house is just gonna be set up like Christmas already.
hmm
Like the heck with it. The heck with Labor Day. The heck with Halloween, Thanksgiving. We're just getting right into it.
Halloween, that'd be cool. Instead of Christmas, just do Halloween. That'd
Then
be
it's funny,
great.
back in the day, people would laugh at the mobile homes that just left up their Christmas lights all year long. But now people do it like on their back patios. Now everybody's got a string light.
Yep.
Oh, they
Now
got
look who,
Halloween lights
now
too.
look who's laughing.
They
We're
got
just trying
Halloween
to stay
lights too.
illuminated.
I
Well,
forget
they
what
do.
color Halloween. The colors of the lights for Halloween, but they got Halloween lights. It's like orange and something else.
Oh yeah,
Purple.
they got lights you can leave up all year long. You could set them to a different color, different
Yep. Orange,
sequence.
purple, and black. I don't know why. But the string lights, they don't attract bugs as much as like a regular light bulb. I think it's why people went to the string lights. But I'm going to have them hanging all over the place.
Hey, well, if you're an electrician, man, how much Christmas lights and Halloween lights do you put up a year? I'm assuming a lot of people would probably want to put them up a lot,
Oh
'cause
yeah,
there's
you mean like yeah, Christmas time. We get calls, people putting up lights and stuff like that.
I'm
Different
saying in
things.
general, because even 4th of July they put them up for the red, white, and blue lights. It's 4th of July lights, Christmas lights, but for 4th of July.
Oh no doubt, yeah, different things, yeah. Shoot, yeah, we'll find a reason to light it up. We'll find a reason to light it up or light it down.
Then
Do that.
Halloween goes to probably orange and whatever color, like orange and purple, I think is what they
Okay.
were saying, not black. And then red and green for Christmas.
Oh, it's a whole thing. Some houses they'll have it whatever holiday it is around here. They'll have their whole yard to be full of whatever it is.
Hey, Kay.
Man, there's some houses, yeah, they do it like that every time. You can bank on it.
That's when my daughter and I were traveling at Christmas. The weirdest thing was the skeletons. It's Christmas time, and they've got it all decorated with Christmas, but there's skeletons mixed in with the Christmas. Some of them had them sitting in the back of a pickup truck in front of the house, or leaned against a fence. It was just odd seeing that.
Oh yeah, like the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, maybe that's what it's from. I don't know. I've just never thought of skeletons at Christmas.
I believe they have a day for stuffed animals too, like taxidermy. Isn't that what they call it for when you stuff your dead animal?
Yeah. No,
Do what?
I guess if that was your thing, you know.
Yeah, no. You basically you take the insides of your animal out and you stuff it. You have a stiff version of your animal, like like what they do with the head
Okay.
of a deer when you kill it. They take the head of a deer and they put it on the wall. You can basically take your animal that's dead and just, I guess somehow they just gut it out and dry the skin or somehow make the skin preserved, and you can have your animal as a stuffed animal.
Well, I know taxidermist, and that's not quite how it's done. They take the fur. They don't. They make a mold, and then the fur is glued on it. It's not actually the animal. Not inside. Never mind.
Yeah, you can get you your own taxidermied reindeer, you know. Just tell people it's a reindeer. They never know the difference. Get them to mount you a little red nose on the front of it. Just say it's Rudolph.
Okay, the skin. But thank you, Pilgrim. Yes. It's the hide stretched over a foam mold.
There you go.
Or the skeleton, of a plastic skeleton of that animal.
I think you got to pay
Oh.
extra for that. I don't know. Crazy, you got to pay extra for your own items, you know. Usually it's cheaper when you bring in your own parts. They charge you extra. I've seen some good ones though. I've seen some good ones, and I've seen some that was like, man, you know, they must have been putting out kits like Easy Bake Ovens. They was putting out Easy Bake molds or something back in the day. It was just like, man, like what kind of animal?
It's kind of like a body kit for a car, like Lamborghini. They put a Lamborghini Diablo body kit on like a Chevy S10 or a Ford Ranger. On the frame, so pretty much on the frame. It's a plastic polyurethane Lamborghini basically body, and put it on the frame of a S10 or a Ranger or a Dodge Dakota.
Yeah, they just psych us out with everything. Uh-oh.
I'm sure wildlife will be
Just
back.
left the show. I don't know. There he is.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
He came back as a different person now.
Guess that's when you know when it goes down. When your conversation starts mingling Easy Bake Ovens and taxidermy. You know, it's an interesting, complex dynamic. You know, trailer park lights, taxidermy, and Easy Bake Ovens. You know, that is the trilateral conventions of nothingness. You know, when we say everything and nothing, that is the nothingness that we mean. You know, it can't exceed that level. Many-fold, you know. But I
Yeah,
appreciate you conversing and what I don't know what just happened. I think the Wi-Fi might have went out.
it's a full moon.
There you go. We dodged it. Maybe that was a sign, you know? Just gonna take it as a sign. What do y'all think about it? I feel pretty complete. Feel pretty complete for the Sunday. Feel like we're ready to take on and challenge whatever this week's got to throw at us.
Tackle the Monday. Yep.
There you go. Just prop me up beside the jukebox. Well, I think the link may still be pinned in chat. I'm not sure. If anybody wants to come back, talk about it, not talk about it, whatever it may be. You got any final thoughts, comments, concerns?
Appreciate it. It was a good night.
Thanks for having me on. What Life is cool, man.
Always, Johnny. You're always welcome. I don't know. Today was a good day. As always, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, tuning out. You know, maybe you learned something. Maybe you forgot something. Maybe you found something. Maybe you lost something. I don't know. But I appreciate you being here in the now, maybe in the future. Who knows when the next episode, when the next time will be, but try to be there. I love each and every one of y'all. Hope y'all have a blessed, prosperous, and productive week, you know. Battle whatever obstacles and challenges and tests this week will throw at us, you know. Don't get distracted. It's going to be a lot of different distractions, and who knows whatever's going to be in the next news flash. I guess it's about time, you know. They're going to try to throw something else at us. The lions, the tigers, the bears, the monkeys, the aliens, and all the old mice. You know, just try to realize with your real eye the real lies that they hit at you from every angle, every situation. But other than that, I'm out of here, y'all. Got shake and bake like Ricky Bobby.